sight of the finish line.
Dubai is the rhythm that connects us.
They're off in the Dubai turf.
Beyond language, beyond cultures. Here, the world gathers to connect, to inspire, and push the limits. Here, sports speak for everyone. It enforces unity, builds resilience, and proves that ambition is collective. Why Dubai? Because this is where athletes come together and win as one.
Welcome to Dubai Games 2026. 4 days of exciting, tough, grueling competition for the biggest sporting event of its kind. Uniting teams across borders, backgrounds and boundaries. It's all about one team, one spirit. Here in Dubai Festival City, set with the backdrop of the stunning Dubai skyline, over 1,700 athletes will come together to compete across 5 categories to be crowned the Dubai Games champions. Here we can see the upcoming schedule. Today we kick off with the Battle of the Government Men's Competition. Let's head down to Ahmed and Steve. Now we can see the schedule down for the 4 days that we have coming up. Currently looking at the final day, Sunday on the 15th, when we have the juniors taking on at the beginning of the day, followed by the women's finals. Now let's head down to the arena. Ahmed and Steve are down there.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go now, and welcome to the biggest sporting event of its kind, which kicks out today. This is your Dubai Games 2026. This event has become a global platform that embodies the spirit of the great city of Dubai, bringing together athletes and sports enthusiasts from the country and around the world in the vibrant heart of the Emirate here in Dubai from today, February 12th, until the 15th of February 2026. Ahmed, how you doing?
Good, Steve. How you doing? All good. Sarah, thank you so much. أعزائي مشاهدينا الكرام، أعزائي الحضور، نرحب بكم في ألعاب دبي، الحدث الرياضي الأكبر الذي ينطلق هنا من قلب دبي فيستيفال سيتي في نسخته السابعة، وهو الحدث الذي أصبح منصة عالمية تجسد روح الفريق الواحد ويجمع كعادته الرياضيين الهواة من الإمارات ومن حول العالم في قلب دبي النابضة بالحياة من اليوم من تاريخ 12 فبراير وحتى 15 من فبراير 2026. Steve.
That's right, Ahmed. Of course, live here at Dubai Festival City. We gather today for Dubai Games held in partnership with DP World in collaboration with the Dubai Sports Council. And as always, every year, teams compete under the motto, one team, one spirit. Ahmed, I can't wait for game time.
نعم ستيف، في هذه اللحظة ومن هذا المكان تقام ألعاب دبي هذه السنة كما عودتنا مع دي بي وورد وبالتعاون مع مجلس دبي الرياضي، وكل عام وكل سنة تتنافس الفرق تحت شعار فريق واحد هدف واحد، والذي أصبح جوهر أعلام دبي، وتتوحد هذا الشعار وهذه الحملة معها قوة الفريق والطموح لهذا الفريق. ستيف.
You know, I'm so ready for this. I'm so excited, and for sure everybody else too. In over 4 days, we're going to witness the strongest competition among 228 teams. And guess what? We are given prizes in excess of 4 million dirhams. That's a lot.
نعم ستيف، I hear 4 مليون. نعم ببدأ من ما انتهى ستيف. 4 ملايين هي قيمة الجوائز لهذا العام أعزائي الجمهور مشاهدينا الكرام. 228 فريقا بين 97 فريقا في تحدي الحكومة، و28 في تحدي المجتمع، و56 في تحدي المدن. بطولتنا السنة راح تكون استثنائية ومنافسة بكل المقاييس. ستيف.
And also what's really exciting for this year's edition is that for this year, for the first time since the launch of Dubai Games, junior teams will join the main competition with 56 teams competing adult obstacles in formats adapted to their abilities. So we promise you one thing, a lot of excitement, electric, and just grit, and who wants it more? And again, the prize exceeds 4 million dirhams. That's a lot, Ahmed. One team, one spirit. We're going to find out for 4 energetic days.
نعم أعزائي الحضور في نسخة هذا العام حدث استثنائي وفريد من نوعه ولأول مرة يحصل في المنافسات وهو تحدي صغار السن أو الجونيور كما نطلق عليهم وسوف يتنافسون في نفس المضمار الذي سيتنافس به الكبار هو محترفين حكومة رجال سيدات وأيضا الأطفال. رفعنا سقف المنافسات رفعنا الطموح ورفعنا الجوائز وأيضا مستعدين للمنافسة.
Now, Ahmed, let's talk about different obstacles we have here at Dubai Games. We got 7 different obstacles, 7 different challenges, beginning with obstacle number 1, sponsored by Dewa.
نعم عندنا كالعادة 7 تحديات في ألعاب دبي كما عودتنا ألعاب دبي في نسخها الماضية فكل تحدي وكل تشالنج نعم يأتي برعاية دائرة من دوائر دبي الداعمة لهذا الحدث. التحدي الأول يأتيكم برعاية هيئة الكهرباء ومياه دبي ديوا.
All right, now, of course, we also do have for obstacle number 2, proudly sponsored by DAMAC. A lot of great challenges, a lot of obstacle, of course, for our athletes today. It's going to be super exciting, so don't forget, obstacle number 2 is sponsored by DAMAC.
نعم هو الحاجز الثاني حاجز أيضا يتطلب المهارة والقوة وأيضا دائما وأبدا روح الفريق الواحد. الحاجز رقم 2 أو التحدي رقم 2 سوف يكون برعاية DAMAC.
And of course, obstacle number 3, sponsored by Isa Saleh Al Ghur Group.
نعم التحدي الثالث يأتي برعاية أيضا مجموعة عيسى صالح القرق.
Obstacle number 4, sponsored by Unilabs Middle East.
التحدي رقم 4 يأتيكم السادة المشاهدين برعاية شركة يونيلايز الشرق الأوسط.
Obstacle number 5 is sponsored by Dubai Sports Council.
الحاجز أو التحدي رقم 5 يأتيكم برعاية دبي الرياضية.
Obstacle number 6, sponsored by Beyond Developments, ladies and gentlemen.
نعم التحدي قبل الأخير رقم 6 يأتيكم برعاية شركة بيوند للتطوير العقاري.
And of course, your final obstacle number 7 is proudly sponsored by Emirat.
التحدي الأخير التحدي السابع يأتيكم مليء بالطاقة والحيوية بترول الإمارات هي الداعمة لهذا التحدي.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, of course, teams are now making their final prep here at the Athletes Village, which is looking really beautiful and massive, by the way. A lot of activities for everybody. Now, it's worth noting that the team that wins for Battle of the Government will receive 500,000 dirhams. Now, for the second place team, 250,000 dirhams, and third place takes home a whopping 150,000 dirhams too.
نعم ستيف الفرق مستعدة على أكمل استعداد وتتواجد هنا منذ ساعات مبكرة والجوائز بانتظار التحدي للفوز بالجوائز الثمينة المقدمة للفرق. واليوم نبدأ تحدينا مع الفرق الحكومية. الفائز بالفرق الحكومية بالمركز الأول يحصل على مبلغ وقدره 500,000 درهم وصاحب المركز الثاني يحصل أيضا على مبلغ 250,000 درهم وصاحب المركز الثالث يحصل على جائزة قدرها 150,000 درهم. جوائز قيمة للجميع ولكل الفرق ولكل الفئات تستحق العناء.
And also, it's also important to know that this coming Sunday will be our finals. It's time to find out who's going to be competing. And there's only one thing left to say, Ahmed, as we love to say it, it's game time! Here we go!
Great to hear from Stephen Ahmed about what is coming up over the next 4 days for Dubai Games. We have new obstacles, new challenges, and of course the teams are back to compete to be the champion of the Dubai Games 2026. There is nowhere else in this city or in the world where you would like to be right now. This is where it is. It's going to get exciting. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. Be 4 million dirhams up for grabs. Let's take a look at the competition from last year. Well, we got to see what it takes to compete at the Dubai Games. All the emotions, all the teamwork, the communication that it's going to take between our teams to let's take a look at the prizes up for grabs. Here's the Battle of the Government, which we're going to see today, the men's category. Top prize, 500,000 dirhams up for grabs. Second place, 250,000 dirhams. Between now and winning that prize money, and of course, the pride of taking home that title is 7 obstacles, 3 stages each. And teams are going to be introduced now. Let's take a look at the parade.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we're still live here at Dubai Games 2026. Such a great place that we have in the Athletes Village here in Dubai Festival City. We're loving it. The sun is up. The energy's up. Ahmed, also don't forget, for all the fans in attendance right here, we are giving away a lot of great prizes for a Q&A segment in between the obstacle, which means everybody comes in happy. Everybody gets a chance to win a lot of prizes.
أكيد ستيف. نعم أعزائي المشاهدين جمهورنا الكريم، كما عودتنا مدينة دبي فيستيفال سيتي تستضيف البطولة هنا بمنافساتها بين جميع مختلف فئات الفرق المشاركة، وأيضا الجمهور راح يستمتع بالمفاجآت المقدمة من دبي جيمز ليس الفرق فقط وإنما أيضا الجمهور الحاضر والسحوبات والجوائز العينية أيضا والسحوبات الكبرى على مدار البطولة. إذن الكل هنا متحمس للغاية ستيف. It's game time, Steve.
Yes, exactly. So if you're watching from all over the world, well, here we go. Ahmed, as always, it's game time!
الحضور مع التحدي رقم 4 في فئة الحكومة في أول جولة وفي أول مسار دائرة الشؤون القانونية لحكومة دبي.
And now let's welcome Dubai Sports Council.
أعزائي الحضور رحبوا معنا بفريق مجلس دبي الرياضي.
And now let's welcome Sharjah Electricity, Water and Gas Authority.
السيدات والسادة رحبوا معنا بفريق هيئة كهرباء ومياه وغاز الشارقة.
And now let's welcome for obstacle number 5, first team. Give it up for Department of Tourism, Culture and Media at Schmar.
ننتقل أعزائي الحضور للتحدي رقم 5 وفي المركز أو في المسار رقم 1 فريق دائرة السياحة والثقافة والإعلام بإمارة عجمان.
And then walking down the lane, Team 2, Dubai Public Prosecution.
المسار رقم 2 لفريق النيابة العامة بدبي.
And next up, your Team 4, the Supreme Legislation Committee.
الفريق التالي وفي المسار رقم 4 رحبوا معنا بفريق اللجنة العليا للتشريعات.
And now let us move on to obstacle number 3. At first, give it up for Dubai Media.
ننتقل إلى التحدي رقم 3 وفي المسار رقم 1 دبي للإعلام.
And now please welcome Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, DIWA.
في المسار رقم 3 فريق هيئة كهرباء ومياه دبي ديوا.
And last, walking down the lane, wearing all black. Give it up, standing tall and proud, Dubai Courts.
وفي المسار رقم 4 في التحدي الثالث فريق محاكم دبي.
And now let's welcome your next team, Ministry of Investment.
ننتقل إلى التحدي رقم 6 وفي المسار رقم 1 فريق وزارة الاستثمار.
And now let's give a big welcome. Coming up next, wearing bright yellow, your UAE Space Agency.
وفي المسار رقم 3 فريق من الفضاء وهو فريق وكالة الإمارات للفضاء.
And now here they go, walking down the lane. Give it up, your next team, Ministry of Justice.
في المسار رقم 4 وباللون البرتقالي فريق وزارة العدل.
Great to meet all of the teams to see who is going to be competing in the Battle of the Government Champions. Last year's champions were the Ministry of Defence. Who is going to be able to take it home after 7 obstacles of competition?
Here we go now, ladies and gentlemen, your next team. Give it up for the General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs here in Dubai.
أعزائي الحضور في التحدي رقم 2 في المسار رقم 1 رحبوا معنا بالإدارة العامة للهوية وشؤون الأجانب دبي.
And next, give it up for Department of Government Enablement.
في المسار رقم 3 في التحدي رقم 2 أعزائي الحضور رحبوا معنا بفريق دائرة التمكين الحكومي.
And standing proud, walking down, give it up for your next team, Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities Department.
وفي المسار رقم 4 باللون الأصفر السيدات والسادة رحبوا معنا بفريق دائرة الشؤون الإسلامية والعمل الخيري بدبي.
And next up, wearing red, getting ready, General Authority of Islamic Affairs, Endowments, and Al-Kaf.
سيدات والسادة باللون الأحمر رحبوا معنا بفريق الهيئة العامة للشؤون الإسلامية والأوقاف والزكاة.
And next up, please welcome, give a big hand, the General Command of Civil Defense.
فريق في المسار رقم 4 سيدات والسادة، رحبوا معنا بفريق القيادة العامة للدفاع المدني.
Walking up next right now with the gray shirts, give it up for DMCC.
سيدات والسادة باللون الرصاصي، رحبوا معنا بفريق مركز دبي للسلع المتعددة.
And next up, we're blue, Abu Dhabi Civil Defense Authority.
وباللون الأزرق رحبوا معنا بفريق هيئة أبو ظبي للدفاع المدني.
And of course, walking out green, they got a lot of fans in attendance right now. Make some noise for your Expo City Dubai Authority.
السيدات والسادة، أخيرا وليس آخرا، الفريق باللون الأخضر، رحبوا معنا بفريق سلطة مدينة إكسبو دبي.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, your teams for all obstacles here at Dubai Games 2026. In just a short while, we're about to begin the games. It's all about one team and one spirit.
أعزائي الحضور، ها هم أبطال التحدي لألعاب دبي في نسختها السابعة في جولتها الأولى. تنطلق المنافسات بعد قليل تحت شعار فريق واحد هدف واحد.
Well, we got to meet the 20 teams for the Battle of the Government men's competition for heat number 1. They will be coming up shortly, taking on the 7 obstacles that we can see in the background. I had the privilege to walk around these 7 obstacles yesterday. Wow, they are challenging. We can see the team lineups that are going to be starting on each obstacle. They will have 10 minutes to complete each obstacle with a 10-minute break between each one. We got to meet all of our teams. They're going to be battling it out. We had Ministry of Defense as the reigning champions, closely followed by Dubai State Security last year. But can they do it again this year? This is Heat 1. We have 3 heats across the Battle of the Governments. Now let's head down to obstacle number 7. Now teams are getting ready to be briefed. This is obstacle number 7, sponsored by Emirat. We are going to be listening in to some of the briefing. Teams are finding out what they have coming up right now. Steve and Ahmed are ready to get the word down in the arena.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Of course, we're here now at obstacle number 7, sponsored by Emirat, of course, Stephen Ahmed. Now, this challenge, of course, requires a lot of strength, a lot of patience, a lot of leg power, and also your arms, because first of all, if you can see behind us right now, you see a rope in the water. They got to make sure you flip that up, hook it up, cross, and then do a lot of very heavy deadlift. It's crazy, it's full of challenges, and we're so pumped up for this, man.
نعم أعزائي الحضور المتواجدين هنا في المنطقة رقم 7، التحدي رقم 7 برعاية بترول الإمارات. هذا التحدي أيضا يتطلب منه المهارة. نسمع نشوف أعزائي الحضور المشاهدين الكرام على الفريق رمي الحبل في الهوك الموجود في الأعلى، ومن ثم الانتقال إلى المرحلة الثانية التي تتطلب جهد كبير، تحضر القوة البدنية والسكوات حتى تنتقل الفرق إلى الجانب الآخر من اللعبة، ومن ثم الانتقال إلى بر الأمان. محتاجة الصبر، ذكاء، وليس التأخير، السرعة ولا غير السرعة في هذا الحاجز.
Now, we're telling you this obstacle will test your full body power because, like we said, you're going to cross the line, fall into water, go back, and then do some heavy deadlift. But, of course, it happens late on. But for now, back to you, Sarah, in the studio.
Well, it sounds like a very exciting place for this team to start. All of our teams will be starting at the same time, and they will be heading around these 7 obstacles at the same time. Now, let's take a look at exactly what's in store for obstacle number 7. Our obstacle head for obstacle number 7, sponsored by Emirat, is Greg Basser. We can see him down there briefing the teams. They're looking curious, looking interested to see what is coming up. What a way to start. I had a look around yesterday. I would say obstacle 7 is one of the toughest. We'll see towards the back end of the obstacle. There are 3 stages. Stage number 3 is tough. If a teammate falls in the water, they've got to get back out and start again. But Dubai Games, it's the highlight of the year's calendar. Incredible competition. It is tough, it's grueling, and they have 7 obstacles that are completed in quick succession. 10 minutes to complete each one. Each team member must complete it to get those all-important points, 5 points. There are bonuses on 3 of the obstacles, 1, 3 and 4. We're looking now at the civil defense team. They look like they're having a team talk, getting excited. They are represented in the color of yellow. Let's see who's going to start out strong. First obstacle, we have our teams all on the obstacles as they go around, but we're going to follow the teams that are on obstacle number 7 to begin with. This is the General Command of Civil Defense in lane 4, wearing lemon. Now we can see the General Authority of Islamic Affairs Endowments and Awqaf wearing red, getting a quick team photo there before they get stuck in the beautiful sunshine here in Dubai. And what better place to set the Dubai Games with the skyline of Dubai in the background. If you haven't been down here yet before for previous games, make sure you get down here this weekend. The atmosphere is electric. It's incredible. You just have to be down here to be able to feel it though. So teams are getting ready. Look, last few tactics, discussing what they think is going to come. But I'll tell you what, when I had a look around yesterday at the obstacles, I think there's going to be a few surprises for the team. They're going to have to rethink as they go. It's not just a physical challenge, it's a cognitive, mental one as well, and of course a communication challenge. This is all about the team. How can you perform as a team? One team, one spirit is the motto. Warming up their arms, we can see them really discussing tactics, and they're not really going to know how they're doing until all of the heats are completed. 7 obstacles to get around. We're getting a nice view here in the background. We can see the deadlift component over there in the background. There'll be 4 team members that will need to lift that up. That will help push the ladder in the back end. You can see it on one of the lanes, and they'll need that ladder to go all the way to the back of that stage for them to be able to complete the obstacle up the ladder and then hit the all-important buzzer. Last little look now at one of the teams. Having a quick chat. That is our General Command of Civil Defense. Now we're going to have a quick look at the team lineups. Here we're following Obstacle 7. You can see the General Authority of Islamic Affairs Endowments in lane number 1. General Command of Civil Defense, that was the team wearing yellow down in lane number 4. And we're having a quick overview of the teams on the other obstacles. Just a reminder, all teams will go at the same time. They will move around the obstacles. Not quite sure which one is the best one to start on and the last one to finish on, because it's going to be exhausting out there. We are having a beautiful look of obstacle number 7. Nice bird's eye view. But now let's take a deeper look. This is the deadlift component. I mentioned it a little bit earlier on. You can see there's slots for just 4 of the team members. They need to keep performing the deadlifts. That will help push this ladder here that you can see on the left towards the back. All team members need to make their way through, only touching what is the color of their lane color. So in this lane, you can see it's green. You can see the ropes hanging through. This is the only number of ropes they have. They have to pass them along to be able to put them in and be able to complete this section of the wall. We'll have a little bit better look later on when they're on that. Now another view of the deadlift component. That's going to be key, and I can tell you it's heavy. I had a little bit of a try yesterday myself, but before they get to that section, they've got to launch the rope up and over into the little hooks at the top to be able to make their way through the water section. If any team member falls in that water section, they've got to go back to the beginning. I'm excited to see who is going to have a positive head start to begin. Well, let's take a look. Dubai Games 2026 is about to get started.
باقي من الزمن دقيقة. 1 minute left.
القيادة العامة للدفاع المدني ستيف.
Away. We are right here, obstacle number 7, of course, sponsored by Emirat. We got 2 teams, the General Authority of Islamic Affairs, Endowments and Awqaf, and the General Command of Civil Defense. Ahmed, are you ready? We got 20 seconds left.
20 ثانية على ابتداء أول مرحلة من مرحلة الألعاب.
10 ثواني.
10 ثواني.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's game time! Here we go!
بدأنا المنافسة أعزائي الجمهور والفريقين في أول مرحلة، وأول مرحلة تتحدث عن العمل الجماعي. الحبل معروف فلفريق القيادة العامة للدفاع المدني، شغلتهم وعملتهم الحبل واللعب والرقص بالحبل. نعم أعزائي الجمهور، كيف سيتعامل فريق الدفاع المدني وفريق الهيئة العامة للشؤون الإسلامية والأوقاف في أول مرحلة؟
We can see the General Authority of Islamic Affairs in red trying to navigate stage number 1. They're trying a bit of a swing technique. They need to get that rope. It is not light, I promise you. Trying to swing it up to catch it on top of the hooks. They're trying the technique, but every time that rope hits the water, it's going to absorb the liquid and get a little bit heavier. Oh, we have a swing going on. They're trying. This is the first time they get to have a look at the obstacle. They're trying to launch it up. Bit of communication needed there to combine their strength. They've changed out their team members now. Let's see if the 2 new team members can give this a shot. They're trying a bit of a swing technique going on here. Let's see if we can see what the General Command of Civil Defense wearing yellow are doing over in the lane 4 in the back end. They're in the blue lane. They're trying a similar technique, but I think they have 3 team members on the rope. That rope is getting heavier every time. They've managed to do it, the team in yellow. That is the General Command of Civil Defense. They've managed to hook the rope, but they've lost a team member in the water at the same time. Now, what are they trying to do? They're pulling the rope back through. They're going to try and make their way across. Great little technique to scale the rope there. Team member 1 making his way across quite successfully. Look at the strength that is required there. Great move across to the second half of the rope and the decline in across. It looks like we've got team member number 1 successfully over stage number 1. Now, got to get the rest of the team across. This is just stage number 1 of obstacle number 7. He's making good headway with good speed, and he's been practicing this by the looks of it. This is the General Command of Civil Defense team, part of the men's competition of the government teams. Now, team member number 3, they've got to get them all across. It's going to be tough for the last one because you can see the 2 team members in the background pulling the back end of the rope to keep it taut, which makes it a little bit easier for the first members to scale across, helping each other across, making sure they do not fall in the water, otherwise that will lose them valuable time. 7 minutes left on the clock. This is round number 1. Perhaps we can take a look at the other team that are also competing on this obstacle. You can see here now the team of General Authority of Islamic Affairs wearing red. We've got team number 1 over across to the other side. They're moving a little bit slower, but making some good headway. Can he transition to the second half? He's done it now. Scaling backwards, making it look easy. He's just about making it over, helping his teammate out. And there we have it, 2 over for the team in red. It's looking like the yellow team are making some great progress. I think in the back end of the back of the camera I can see they've all made it across, but maybe we'll take a look at them in a moment. There are 3 stages of obstacle number 7. We can see team member number 3 making his way across for the General Authority of Islamic Affairs. Great to see so many guests arriving to have a look. This is His Royal Highness coming down to have a look at Dubai Games 2026, coming at the very beginning of the competition. And incredible to have so many guests come down to see the government teams are battling it out. Unfortunately, one of the General Authority of Islamic Affairs team members found his way into the water, so he's had to make his way back up. He's going to have wet hands now, which is going to make it harder to scale that rope. But team member number 3, I think this is, making his way across. And we can see the team at General Command of Civil Defense wearing yellow already on the deadlift section. Look at them go. Put their strength to play there. Let's see if they've managed to get the ladder across. They've made some great progress. Sadly, team in red have lost another team member into the water. He's going to have to head back and go again. Let's see the team in yellow take on this wall. They can only touch the parts of the wall where it is the color of their lane. In this case, it is blue, making their way forward. Are they going to be able to work out quick enough that they need to reuse those pieces of rope? They're going to have to pass them forward, get all team members on the wall at the same time, pushing their way forward and then passing those small pieces of rope. Incredible strength required here to keep themselves. They've worked it out. I can see the communication there. Team in red doing incredibly well now. They've got 3 up, but they've got a bit of a chase now to catch up. The team over in yellow, which is the General Command of Civil Defense, taking an earlier lead here on obstacle number 7, but it is round 1. These teams have still got 6 more obstacles to come, using their strength to help keep the rope taut. Team member making his way across now has fallen into the water twice, but can he do it this time? Wonder what's going through their minds right now. Back with the General Command of Defense, the General Command of Civil Defense. We have 3 members on the wall. Now trying to share the rope, that's going to be extremely tough. They can only use those small pieces of rope, and you can see they slide out and they need to pass them along to be able to use them. They cannot use any other part of the wall to hang on to, as tempting as that box looks. Now he's looking across to grab. Have they worked out that they need to share them and hold on? If anyone falls in, they're going to have to... Oh, there we have it. Commentator's curse. He's made his way in. He had the toughest job, though. He was hanging on for the longest. They need to move fast. Well, looks like, oh, he managed to save that one with the foothold. Now 3 team members over on the team in red are over the line. They're trying their hardest to keep the rope taut. Only 2 minutes and 56 left on the clock now. Can he make it across? They're going to have to pull it a little bit tighter to make it easy. Now over to Team Yellow. They're hanging on. We've got 4 members. They're trying to hold onto each other to help each other out. Now we have His Royal Highness Sheikh Mansour bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and what an honor to have him here join us at the opening of the Dubai Games 2026. A privilege to have him come down and observe these teams getting stuck into round number 1. Now we're back on the teams. They've got 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go. This is round 1, obstacle 7. It is tough. I had a look around the obstacles yesterday, and I must say this is an extremely tough one to start on. I think for the Civil Defense team in yellow, they have 4 members. Great view there. We can see them, 4 members. Is he going to be able to hang on? Oh, they lost 1 team member, but you see now they're so spread out. Are they going to be able to pass across to the team member that's a little bit across, a little bit further ahead? You can see team in red taking a quick look back at their competitors on this obstacle. They're trying their hardest to make it as taut as possible on the rope. They've tied a little bit of a knot in there to pull it tight. We've got the last 2 team members struggling to make their way across. If anyone falls in the water, they have to go back to the beginning. As refreshing as it may look, with this beautiful winter sunshine here in Dubai, you don't want to fall in the water though. Now, can he scale down the second half? Let's take a look over at the team in yellow on the right hand side of the screen. They're trying... Oh, I think he lost a trainer there. Tough on the foothold. He'll have to slide that back on really quickly, get to the beginning. We have 1 team member making his way forward, but that is not a good tactic because he's going to have to hang on. You can see the communication explaining to his teammate that's not going to work. Moving ahead is not going to work because they need those all-important ropes. They've got 1 across, but they're going to need to be able to pass them back to help each other back. Just 30 seconds left to go. He's trying to encourage them. You can see he's saying, come on, we can do this. 20 seconds left just to get these 5 all-important valuable points for round 1. But it looks like they are now too spread out. Another team member fallen in the water with 15 seconds left to go. Last attempt from the
10,
General Command
9,
of Civil Defense
8,
on round number
7,
1. They're going to
6,
have 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2 and 1. Great effort from our 2 teams on round number 1. Now they know what is in store for Dubai Games 2026. It is no easy feat. That is 1 obstacle down, but 6 left to go. There is a quick 10-minute break now between obstacles before they move on to the next. We can see how tough this is. Just the first one, communicating between their teams. A little bit of a debrief on how that went. Now we're taking a look over at the General Authority of Islamic Affairs, Endowments and Awqaf. They tried their absolute hardest but really struggled on stage 1 of obstacle number 7. Now let's take a look back at the highlights of round 1.
المشاهدين اعزائي ما زلنا مستمرين هنا في قلب المنافسه. فريق الدفاع المدني، هيئه الدفاع المدني، بديتوا بشكل جميل في المرحله الاولى، المرحله الثانيه شو اللي صار في المرحله الثالثه؟
حطينا خطه ومشينا عليها وما مشيت ويانا وغيرنا على اخر دقيقه، وناس ما مشيت في اثنين وصلوا، فلو كنا ماشيين على الخطه الاولى كانت افضل. فان شاء الله نعوض الحواجز الجايه.
ان شاء الله. ستيف.
All right, of course, Captain. Now for our English speakers too. Now your team looked really well in there. You were performing really good. Speed was up to your to the task force. Now, talk to us. What was the biggest problem or encounter you had in there?
In the beginning we started very well, as you saw, but when we reached the rope obstacles, we put a strategy and didn't wake up, and so we needed to change it.
Thank you very much. Back to you, Sarah.
Well, great to hear from the teams themselves telling us exactly where they came a cropper. They didn't really have a chance to have a look at the other teams and how they were faring on the other obstacles, and they all move across at the same time. So it's all going to be fresh. Now we can see the beautiful Dubai. In the background, I mean, this is such an incredible venue. If you haven't been down here before, make sure you head down to Dubai Festival City to get involved with the Dubai Games 2026 and be able to cast your eyes on the athletes that we have here. I mean, they've been training all year long for this. We have 6 more obstacles coming up for the Battle of the Government men's heat number 1. We have 3 heats for the men's part of this competition. We have 20 teams here for heat number 1, but we just saw round 1. Let's take a look back and see what happened. We'll have a look shortly at what happened in round number 1. It wasn't easy, it was tough, and here it is. Well, what a start that was for round 1. We saw there the General Command of Civil Defence and the General Authority of Islamic Affairs take on obstacle number 7, sponsored by Emirat. This is a highlight in the Dubai calendar every winter. And what a competition it is. I've heard from some of the athletes, they've said there is no other competition in the world like the Dubai Games. And they're all giving it all their heart and soul to take home the pride of being called the Dubai Games champions for 2026. We have 6 more obstacles coming up in this competition. Just 5 minutes left for a breather. But let's see what's coming up next. It will be obstacle number 6, sponsored by Beyond. Now our teams are going to get briefed on obstacle number 6. We have one of our obstacle team members here just explaining what's coming up. Our obstacle head for obstacle number 6 is Jason Yu. Let's head down into the arena and let's see what's going on down there.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Stephen Ahmed here, of course. Here we are at obstacle number 6, sponsored by Beyond. Now, let me tell you something, Ahmed. If you love jumping, if you love basketball, sort of, well, this obstacle is for you because first of all, you see behind us, we got some big trampolines. You got to jump, spin that, and get those balls falling over, put it to the basket, and then you got to do some monkey bars in there and shoot some balls to the basket.
اكيد ستيف. على فكره ستيف از بيج فان اوف باسكت بول. هذا الحاجز رقم 6 برعايه بيوند، ايضا اشبه بلعبه كره السله. على اللاعبين التقاط الكور من الاسطوانه، نشوف الكور في الاسطوانه ومن بعدها نضعها في السله. بعد على الفريق حمل الكرات الكرات وزنها مختلف مش وزن واحد إلى الجهة الأخرى، وأيضا استخدام ترامبولين والقفز إلى أيضا رمي الكرات في السلة الثانية لفتح الباب والعبور إلى القمة. I think you're a big fan of this obstacle.
Exactly. I love this obstacle personally because it involves a lot of jumping and a lot of basketball skills, sort of. So, the skills you got to have in here, of course, number one, you need to have a lot of leg endurance, leg power, arm strength, but most importantly, you got to know how to shoot those balls. Here at obstacle number
باقي من
6.
الزمن 3 دقائق. 3 minutes left.
ستيف متطلب ايضا عمل جماعي كبير، تيم وورك. يو فورجيت اباوت تيم وورك. لازم التيم وورك يكون حاضر، العمل الجماعي يكون موجود في هذا وفي غيره من التحديات. من ارض فيستيفال سيتي، سارة your turn.
All right.
I am so excited for this obstacle. When we were taking a look around yesterday, this was one of my favorites. I mean, nothing more fun than jumping on trampolines. I'm excited to see our competitors take it on, to see how they navigate it, especially the first stage. We haven't yet been able to see anyone on this obstacle, so that's going to be interesting. 4 minutes left of the briefing for the teams. First time they get to cast their eyes on this obstacle. And it's not an easy one, I'll tell you. This second trampoline where they've got to throw the balls over into the basket. They can't see the basket. So communication between the team is going to be key. And their accuracy also on the throws. We can see them go and grab a little bit of water to begin with. This team have already taken on one round, but they are back now for round number 2 on obstacle number 6, sponsored by Beyond. We're getting a closer look now at the balls inside stage number 1, and I can let you into a little bit of a secret. The balls inside there are slightly different weights. So now we're going to see the Department of Tourism, Culture and Media Ajman, the Dubai Public Prosecution and the Supreme Legislation Committee all take on obstacle number 6. Now we're going to have a quick insight, a little demo of obstacle number 6.
باقي من الزمن 3 دقائق. 3 minutes left.
Now, we didn't get to see any of our teams press those all-important buzzers on the last obstacle, but it was only round 1. We still have much more in store. Let's see if our teams here can reach the buzzer. Having another look now at the balls. They need to jump up and spin that container to release the balls. Then they need to make sure the balls make their way through down to stage number 2. We're having a look now. All those balls a different weight. I'm excited to see when the teams manage to realize that, because the weight becomes all important as they make their way through to stage number 3. They're going to decide which balls they're going to take through. They're going to put them in that container, the bucket we can see there on the left. We have 3 teams on this obstacle for this time. Now, we get to have a quick look at the results after round 1. Let's take a look and see how their standings are right now. We have the provisional results. Looks like the Government of Dubai Legal Affairs have taken a slightly early lead with 17.68. Closely followed, though, by Dubai Sports Council with a 17.19. Dubai Media, 16.55. Obviously, each team has already started on different obstacles, so we won't have a very clear view until the end. Results are provisional at the moment, so they will be confirmed later on. Points have been awarded to 6 of our teams so far. Teams have to complete each stage to be able to make points. There's 53 seconds left until we go into round number 2. We're going to be following obstacle number 6 with the teams from Department of Tourism, Culture and Media Ajman, Dubai Public Prosecution and the Supreme Legislation Committee, who we can now see up on screen now. They are going to be getting ready to take on obstacle number 6, sponsored by Beyond. This was one of my favorites when I had a look. It's going to take a lot of different components of strength. First of all, the trampoline, coordination, leg strength, making sure you can get enough height to really pull down the container. Then it goes on to the arm strength, getting across the monkey bars. Now, just 10 seconds left to start. We've got the countdown, 5 to go, 3 to go, and the teams are gonna go into obstacle number 6, round number 2. Early lead there for the team in Pickled Beet. We're calling it purple, more of a purple. Slight slide there. This is Ajman Tourism getting their first test at the trampoline. Wonder if they've been testing this out. Up they go. They've got to jump pretty high to be able to pull that container down. We're seeing how tough it is. Little tumble there for one teammate. Is he going to pass off to another teammate? I wonder if they've been practicing their trampolining. They've really got to push down hard. We're seeing how challenging it is now. They need to be able to get enough elevation to be able to pull down. Really got to push into that trampoline. Can he reach up? Oh, slight pull, but the challenge is all the balls are still in the container, so it's going to be quite heavy to begin with to be able to spin it. He's getting his central balance in the middle of the trampoline. Really got to get some elevation. No team making any progress just yet, just navigating the first trampolines. Now he's going to go for a second go. That is the team in red, the Dubai Public Prosecution. We can see their 5 teammates trying to navigate the trampoline. Handing over to another teammate to give it a go. That's a good bit of elevation. That's the best they've made so far. We can see the Department of Tourism, Ajman, made slight progress with that teammate. He managed to spin it once. Can he hand over and pass it? Right, he is back in on the trampoline. He's the one that managed to get a good handle on the container and give it a spin. No team at taking an early lead yet. Just 2 minutes gone. They're going to need this all-important, valuable time to make their way through stages 2 and 3. Obstacle, great spin there. 1 ball released for the Department of Tourism, Ajman. Slight bit of progress there. They've managed to release 1 ball. 1 team member has managed. Oh, great spin there. 2 balls out at the same time for Ajman Tourism. They're making more progress than the other teams have done so far on this obstacle. They're starting to get the hang of this. They've learned from one of the team members. You can see him explaining there about really get a hold of it and pull down. 2 more balls released. Team members picking them up. It looks like they've missed a ball though. They should grab that one and get that one in the basket as we take a look over now with the Supreme Legislation Committee. They're wearing black. They've managed to get a slight spin on the container. They're in lane number 4. 7 minutes left on the clock. First ball released, caught by team member, being instructed by the referee. It needs to go into the basket. Now, one of their other team heading up. He's got a couple of knee braces on. Not sure if trampolining is going to be the best for him, but he's giving it his best go. Trying to explain to each other, get a good grasp. You can see him really pushing into that trampoline to be able to release the elevation needed to pull down on this container. I would say this is one of my favorite obstacles across the whole of the competition, and one of my favorite challenges, I would say. Now, incredible crowd have come in already for the beginning of the Dubai Games to enjoy the competition on offer. We can see some of them there. Well, we're getting a bit of an insight now into stage 2. They have to hold the balls. This is not easy. Hold the balls between their legs and make their way through the... Oh, he just managed to catch that one and pull it in, but it's gone into the water, which means he's going to have to drop off the monkey bars and head back. Any balls that are lost in the water, they will lose, which is so crucial because they need the weight of those balls in the latter stages of this obstacle. Now we're back with the Supreme Legislation Committee wearing black. They're still at stage number 1, trying to release enough balls. They can move on whenever they like, but they're going to need the weight of the balls later in stage number 3. As we see the Supreme Legislation Committee continue, we're going to head down to Steve Moore, who is on the floor, and hear from him in the arena.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah Court. Here still at obstacle number 6 right now. As you can see behind what's going on is we got teams where their balls in their legs, of course, and those vary in weights, by the way. They got to cross the monkey bar traverse, get those in the basket once again towards the other side, and of course the main goal is to hit that buzzer and win. Back to the studio, back to you, Sarah.
Yes, Steve. Well, 5 minutes left to go to get those all-important balls across. It's actually crucial to get as many across as possible because the weight is needed in stage number 3. But that's probably the least of their worries for the Dubai prosecution at the moment, as they're still trying to release balls from the trampoline. He nearly got a grasp there of the container, but not quite. I think from the overview look here, the bird's eye view, I can't see any balls in that orange container at the moment, but we can see over in lane number 1. Lane number 1 for the Department of Tourism Ajman. They've lost 4 balls in the water, but they're trying to make their way across. They've got 3 left by the looks of it, holding them between their legs. They've got to make the way through the monkey bars with the ball between their legs. They might have to head back and grab a few more balls. They managed to release all the balls from the containers. Could this be the first ball they make its way across the line? He's nearly there, and he's made 1 into the container for stage number 3. Now we've got another teammate on the monkey bars being helped out and supported. This competition is all about team spirit. One team. Oh, that was so unfortunate. He did the hard work and the ball rolled backwards into the water. Sadly, that has been lost. But let's get down to the arena, hear from Ahmed Al Ali.
شكرا سارة. نعم، من قلب الحاجز رقم 6 دائما يأتي برعاية بيوند هو الراعي الرسمي لهذا الحاجز. حاجز متطلب مهارة كبيرة، نفس ما واضح أعزائي المشاهدين خلفي. نقل الكرات، أول شيء قطف الكرات وإنزالها من الأسطوانة المعلقة، ومن ثم استخدام المونكي بار ونقل الكرات بالأرجل إلى الطرف الآخر حتى يستطيع من إكمال المنافسة. يعني القوة والتركيز والمهارة لازم تكون حاضرة لاجتياز بقية العواقب. هكذا هي الصورة هنا. سارة، تعود إليك الكلمة. Back to you, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Ahmed, giving us an insight of what it's like down there. So many people have come out to support the Dubai Games 2026. Oh, he's nearly lost that one, but just managed to grab it. That is for the Ajman Tourism. It looks like the referee has called that one out, so he's dropped it in the water. Can't be affording to do that. Unfortunately, we've just seen another ball drop for the Supreme Legislation Committee, the team there in black. They've left a lot of balls in the container, so they might have to head back to stage 1 and release a few more. They've only got 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock here for obstacle number 6, sponsored by Beyond. This is not an easy obstacle. We're seeing all of the teams here struggling a little bit. Can he get up onto the monkey bars? They would have no doubt expected monkey bars, so they would have practiced that. But have they been training for the trampoline elements, helping each other out there, getting them up on the monkey bars first, and then putting the balls between their legs to help them make their way across? We can see one more ball in the basket there for Ajman Tourism as they move on to stage number 3. This is not easy. They can't clearly see over the wall, and they've got to throw the ball into the bucket. I was on this trampoline yesterday, and I can tell you it's really not easy to be able to see over the wall, but we have a 1 ball into the basket. They're doing, oh, another one there. Incredible accuracy there from Ajman Tourism. Oh, just catching the edge of that basket. Can they make it? Number 4 gets caught up in the wires. Moving their way through nicely. Good pace between each team members. Can they do it? They've got 1 minute left. They need that basket to be heavy enough to drop, to release the trapdoor for them to make their way through to complete obstacle number 6. You can see the trapdoor is lifting up a little bit. Will the referee let them through yet? Have they managed to bring enough balls through for the weight to be able to drop enough for the trapdoor to open to let them through. We have just 36 seconds left on the clock. We get a bit of a view of the door there, but I think the referee is not letting them through just yet. What a shame. They really had all the balls they needed in terms of the weight to drop that basket. They're looking back to think, what can they do? Maybe we can get a little bit more clarity from the floor in a moment. There's a bit of conversation between Team Ajman Tourism as to what they're going to do. Have they run out of balls? They costly at the stage 2. 5 seconds left to go. They made the most progress out of the 3 teams, and that obstacle is over. That is round number 2 complete. 10-minute break, breather, rest until we have round number 3. Let's head down to Stephen Ahmed.
All right, so here we go. Of course, we now have Ajman Tourism. My man, what's your name?
Salim.
Salim, talk to us more about, you were very close to opening that door. What happened?
At first, the strategy was tough to roll down the balls from there, so we wasted a few minutes there. Afterwards, when we came into the monkey bar, some of our colleagues missed the last one, which is holding by 2 hands. Some of them dropped in between. We were able to bring all of the balls here, but unfortunately we weren't able to drop down the bar.
But you still did very good, so congratulations, Ahmed.
كنتوا في الحاجز رقم 5، شو سويتوا في الحاجز رقم 5؟
الحاجه رقم 5 الحمد لله نزلنا كل الكور من هناك. يوم نشوف نحن الكمبيوترز هذيل اللي عدالنا الحمد لله نشوف ان ادائنا شوي كان احسن عن الباقيين، بس ما حالفنا الحظ ان ننزل باسكت فوق ما يبينا كل الكور.
الجاي شو بيكون؟
الجاي ان شاء الله يكون تركيز اكثر، وان شاء الله استراتيجي يكون احسن، وان شاء الله بنروم نخطفهم كلهم.
ان شاء الله. سالم من فريق دائرة السياحة والثقافة والإعلام. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great to hear from the athletes themselves and what's going through their minds and the strategy they're applying. Let's take a look back at the highlights from round number 2, obstacle number 6. Beautiful view there of the Dubai skyline in the backdrop, but if you're just watching it on TV, make your way down here. It is something special and something to be a part of. So many of you already popped down to support your teams and get an insight into Dubai's best athletes. Not only Dubai's best athletes, but we have athletes coming from around the world to compete in the Dubai Games 2026. We've already had an insight into what's to come, having a look at Obstacle 7 and Obstacle 6. We saw some of the tactics the teams have taken into those obstacles to make their way through. We saw some incredible accuracy on the throwing stage of Obstacle 6 by Ajman Tourism. They were so close but just dropped too many balls at stage number 2 into the water. 6 minutes left in the break until they head on to Obstacle 5. Let's take a look at what's to come in Obstacle number 5. Well, this is obstacle number 5, sponsored by Dubai Sports, formerly known as Dubai Sports Council. This is one where we're trying something new this year. Teams are not going to stay in their lanes. They've got to get each of the boys, or buoy, depending on where you're from, how you call it, one on each of the trees. So we're going to see the teams crisscrossing amongst each other. They are not allowed to obstruct each other. Otherwise, there will be penalties at play. They're going to have to bring one on each tree without dropping them into the water. Let's take a look at a demo of how to complete this obstacle.
All right, thank you very much. Here we go. We got Stephen Ahmed. Here we go now at obstacle number 5, of course, presented to you by Dubai Sports. Now, what's going to happen out here? Well, athletes got to move the giant balls along their rails to release them in the end, and then athletes paddle around a pool and hang the balls onto the trees.
إذا نعم متواجدين في المسار والتحدي رقم 5 برعاية دبي للرياضة. هذا المسار يعتمد على التجديف، قوة التجديف وكيف تقاوم الأمواج والمياه. عندنا 4 كور واضحة، 4 كرات واضحة أمامنا. فك الكرات من العقدة الموجودة ومن ثم نقل الكرات إلى الأشجار أو الهوك المعلق في البركة أو المحطة. هنالك 4 أشجار لكل كرة تعلق في شجرة، وبالتالي ينتقل اللاعبين إلى الطرف الآخر.
That's right, Hamad. So if you like water sports, well, guess what? This obstacle is for you. It's about to begin. It's about to get started. And of course, this is Dubai Games 2026. Back to the studio.
Well, we got to see the teams getting briefed for round number 3. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands after 2 obstacles. Dubai Media have made their way up that leaderboard, currently with 36.68 points. Now we're having a look at the points they've managed to achieve through the leaderboard. Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities Department with 15 points, making a great start out there. Followed by the General Command of Civil Defence. We followed them on the first obstacle, number 7. It looks like they managed to gain some all-important points in round number 2. 3 of our obstacles have 5 bonus points. We're really not going to have a good understanding of where each team sits until they've made their way through. The bonus points are up for grabs on obstacle 1, 3 and 7. Now we're going to be taking a look at obstacle number 5, sponsored by Dubai Sports. This is one where we can see each team has 4 buoys or buoys, no matter however you decide to call them. We can also see the rafts, and in a moment we'll get a closer look at the paddles. I mean, they are quite tough to make their way through the water. The paddles are quite small, just under 2 minutes to go until we get into round number 3 and follow the teams on obstacle number 5. I'm excited to see how this one plays out. It's the first time in Dubai Games history where we've allowed teams to get involved across multiple lanes. How are they going to work that out without obstructing each other? Penalties will be handed out if there's any intentional obstruction. We don't want to see that, do we? So the teams have to get one of the boys on each of the trees and then all team members across the other side of the water successfully, and then press the all-important buzzers, and that's where the points are going to be up for grabs. This is obstacle number 5, brought to you by Dubai Sports Council, and we can see this is Dubai Media wearing blue, having a quick chat about how they're going to get into obstacle number 5. Should we get a little listen in to what they're saying?
غياب
كتف هذا. احنا اول شيء بنصير اول واحد بنصير ابعد واحد. اول شيء ليش ابعد؟
Well, we could see the teams having a quick chat ahead of obstacle number 5, working out how they're going to take this one. Tactics, we have Dubai Media in blue on the far right of the screen. We have DEWA, Dubai Electricity Water Authority, in the green colour, and Dubai Courts in the far end, over towards the beach, wearing black. Now they've got to get the boys off of the maze first. So there's a little plastic thing, don't know how, a ring you could call it. They have to push it around. We get a closer look here now as they're working their way through. This is the team from DEWA, I believe. Now they have to release them. Each team member has to get across. This is Team DEWA, so they can leave one team member on shore who can navigate each boy off. That looks like it's one released there for Dubai Media. They're getting the raft ready to get into the water. They are the first team here making their way into the water. We get a closer look now at the paddles. They're not light. They are quite heavy. I would say they're around probably 2 to 3 kg. Let's see what angle they decide. There's 4 handholds on them. They've put 2 team members in there. They're going for more of the kayak technique. They're going to need 2 hands on that paddle, I would say. If they fall in, they're going to have to make their way back to the beginning. So they definitely don't want to be falling in. We can also see the team from DEWA who are making their way through the other access point in the far end. Beautiful sunset about to go down in the background. 1 minute 30 seconds already gone on the clock. They must get one boy on each tree. Are they going to go for the tactics where they go for the furthest tree away first, or are they going to go for the one closest? I would probably say furthest away is best, because it gives their other teammates back on shore time to release the other boys before they get back. You can see them making their way in here. This is Dubai Media in blue. They've got to make sure they attach this one onto the tree. We're calling them trees. We can see in the background DEWA in yellow making their way to the tree in the far end. That is successfully one attached for Dubai Media, so they're going to paddle their way back with the raft. Those 2 team members. DEWA gone for a different tactic. They've put 3 members in the raft. I mean, more manpower to get the progress, but more weight in the raft. We can see their teammates of Dubai Media far end. Oh dear, come a cropper there, have Dubai Courts into the corner. They've decided to have 3 in the life raft, well, in the raft that's going to help them take the boys out. We've got 1 holding on to the boy and 2 paddling there in the lane of pink. Dubai Media making some great progress. Good technique there, using a kayak technique, but at the front of the raft. They're nearly back. I wonder if they're going to swap out team members. Some fresh biceps. See what they're going to decide. They're helping each other out of the raft. Fresh muscles heading into the raft. Let's get one more boy. They can only transport 1 at each time, releasing some of the excess water. Smart move. Get rid of the additional unnecessary weight that they would need to paddle. Handing the paddles across. Now 1 boy in. They've got 4 to go, 4 trees, 1 down, 3 to go. 6 minutes 40 left on the clock. Getting a little bit wet out there. They cannot fall in. DEWA have attached 1 boy onto the tree, and they're making their way back. They are the team in yellow. Behind them we can see 3 team members in the raft for the team of Dubai Courts, heading out for tree number 1. DEWA trying to make their way back. I'm unsure where team member number 3 went. I'm pretty sure they started off with 3 team members first time out. Now we can see Dubai Media making a lot of progress, but they've not listened to the brief. They've gone to the same tree. We need 1 on each tree. Is anyone going to tell them? Oh, they've realised at last minute, someone's let them know. They're going to head to another tree there. Lost some valuable seconds. 5 minutes 52 left on the clock. Always important to listen to the brief. We can see there in the back of the shot, the team in pink in the pink lane, but wearing black. That is Dubai Courts. They've attached their first buoy, and Dubai Media moving fast, getting balanced in the raft to attach buoy number 2. Now it's time to get back. Enthusiastic crowd in the background. You can see the support. We'll have to find out who he is down there supporting. Great to see such an incredible crowd turnout right for the beginning of Dubai Games. It's only going to get bigger and better as we move in through the 4 days of competition. Make sure you make your way down here. My name is Sarah, and I'm going to be taking you through all the exciting competition. We have 5 categories. This is the Battle of the Government Men's Heat 1. We still have 2 more heats in this category to go. Back into obstacle number 5, brought to you by Dubai Sports Council. Team in blue is Dubai Media. They have made the best progress so far. They're heading back, but they must stay in the raft. Looks like they're struggling to get back. Tired Arms, they've already made their way out and attached buoy number 2. Also in this round, in this heat, we have Dewa. They're the team in yellow. We'll have a look at their progress shortly. Dubai Media about to head back to shore and get buoy number 2. They must get all 4 attached and all 5 team members on the other side to take the all-important 5 valuable points. 4 minutes and 18 left on the clock. They're releasing that excess water they've managed to get on board. Get rid of that additional weight that's going to hold them back and hold them down. Fresh muscles into the raft, and we have buoy number 3. Good little push off there from the side. Good tactics. Now, can they get a strong paddling technique? We've decided for 3 in the raft for the team in black over here for Dubai Courts in the pink lane. They've got 3 buoys left to go. Are they going to stay with 3 in the raft, or are they going to change out? Let's have a look. Probably better to go with 2. Less weight to be able to push. Looks like he's happy to stay in the raft. Going to be joined by a new teammate. Some fresh biceps there to get buoy number 2 up on the tree. Dubai Media now reached tree number 3. They're making good progress. 3 minutes 20 left to go here for obstacle number 5, brought to you by Dubai Sports Council. Now we're looking at Team Dewa. They're reaching out to catch their next buoy. We'll have to have a look. In the background, I can see 1 attached. So it looks like they have number 2 on board. They've decided to take 3 team members, 1 to hold on to the buoy, because they definitely don't want to drop that in the water. If any of themselves or the boys end up in the water, they will get stuck. Dubai Media are heading to the far end. That is because they have to go back to the end, get out and get back in. I believe they've dropped one of their... Oh no, they've dropped a teammate off for later on. Smart tactics there. Dubai Media leading this round on obstacle number 5. Good tactics, I like it. They're thinking ahead. They've attached all 3 buoys. Now they've got to pick up some team members and the boys. Are they all going to jump in at the same time? We'll have to see. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock. Not long. They might have to all get in together. 1 team member left to paddle his way back to grab the rest of the teammates. This heat here, Dubai Courts, Dewa, Dubai Media leading. And 2 minutes left to go. Looking a little bit knackered there. This is no easy challenge. Are they going to release the fair water? This is the final buoy, the final ball getting on board. Are they going to get all team members in? You can see, yep, they're saying let's all get in because they've only got 1 minute 45 to go. This is it. They've pushed him off, so they're going to have to come back and get him. Words of encouragement from team member there. We can see on the deck we've got 1 ball left for Dewa, 2 balls left for Dubai Courts, but Dubai Media are going to get stuck here in the channel. How are they going to pass each other? No intentional obstruction allowed. Probably smart just to wait back a little bit. They're probably not allowed to use the support of the deck around them, so they're having to paddle back. That's going to cost them some really valuable time with just 1 minute left on the clock. No intentional obstruction allowed. Dubai Media now trying to change direction really quickly. They were doing so well. Still in the lead on this obstacle. 1 minute to go. Final ball on board. We can see Dewa trying to make their way back, but such momentum lost for Dubai Media, trying to get the speed up again. 45 seconds left to go. Dewa have got to get back into their channel to pick up their next ball. This is obstacle number 5. This is a bit of a wet one. Now we can see Dubai Media doing their best to try and pick up the pace again. They were really stuck there. 30 seconds left on the clock. We can see One Tree has got 3 balls from one team. Can Dubai Media get this ball attached before they run out? 20 seconds left on the clock. This is round 3. They've done incredibly well, have Dubai Media, and they've got it attached. 12 seconds to get all 4 team members, 5 team members over the other side. 7 seconds left on the clock. They're gonna be running out of time. 2 seconds, and that is round number 3 complete. Dubai Media, incredible efforts there on obstacle number 5, brought to you by Dubai Sports Council. 10-minute break now. Shortly we're going to be able to hear from the teams. Oh, what a challenge that was. They were so close but got caught up against Dubai Media in the channel. Smartly made obstacle here. Let's go and hear from Dubai Media. They are with Steve down on the floor.
All right, so here we go now from Dubai Media. My man, what's your name?
Anas.
Anas, talk us about how was that challenge? What was the hardest part?
It's very good, and it's need little bit more time, and we should do work like the team.
Thank you very much, Ahmed.
احنا شفنا التيم وورك كان حاضر. انا اطيح في الماي مره ثانيه جدم شويه. التيم وورك كان حاضر، بس انا لاحظت الحادث اللي صار. كلمنا عن الحادث اللي صار في النص.
كنا رادين، لازم كان يكون فاضي الطريق اسرع لنا اكثر نوصل، بس صادفت لقينا تيم ثاني فاخذ شويه وقت لحتى عدينا.
سلامات، صار شيء تامين مأمن على السياره؟
لا كل شيء.
بالتوفيق.
All right, thank you very much. Back to the studio.
Back to you, Sarah.
Thank you so much, Ahmed and Steve. Great to hear from the athletes themselves. Let's take a look at the highlights. Well, we got to see what was on offer there for obstacle number 5. We're going to now be moving on to obstacle number 4, a very wet, slippery, slidey one. This is not easy. We're having a look now at some of the water raining down and our incredible support and crowd that have come out here on the first day of Dubai 2026. Just 7 minutes left in the break. This is a look back at what we just saw at obstacle number 5. Dubai Media had an incredible start. Good technique. There they were heading back after attaching ball number 1. And then Dewa cheering on their team, releasing the balls there. Look at the effort from Dubai Media. You can see what it means to them as well. Really giving it their best shot. They were so close, but they came a cropper when they met Dewa in one of the tiny channels. So perhaps some of the other teams coming up next might have had a quick look, getting an idea of what strategy they need to apply. Dubai Media was so close to getting all of their team across for the all-important 5 points. We can see now where they need to release the balls first in stage number 1. And the technique of paddling that raft is crucial for getting across as quickly as possible. This is no easy feat. A challenge of communication, teamwork, and of course, physical endurance. And this one was pretty wet. We saw some of the teams having to release some of the water they managed to gather on board each time they brought the raft back. But Dubai Media took the lead early on in this round 3, and they kept the lead and they managed to attach 4 balls. This is Dewa with 3 on board in yellow. And back taking a look at Dubai Media. Just 5 minutes 42 left on the break. 10 minutes between each obstacle. Not much time to catch their breath and get briefed on the next obstacle. Different technique used there by D-Work. They've taken a side technique. Now, obstacle number 4, sponsored by Unilabs. Let's see what we have in store here. I got to have a look around at some of the obstacles yesterday. I would say this is one of the tougher ones. It's going to take a lot of strength and strength endurance. We have the House of Cards before they need to add the weight on the sledges that are going to be pushed up 10 meters uphill. This is not easy. There's 5 minutes left on the break, but first, let's take a look at a demo of how best to complete obstacle number 4.
All right, here we go, and we are live. And of course, obstacle number 4, sponsored by Unilabs. Thank you very much, Stephen Ahmed. Here we go, Dubai Games 2026. Excitement is just on top right now. A lot of energy going on. So now the big question is, what's going to happen now here at obstacle number 4? Athletes begin by assembling the first set of cards into a house of cards structure. And once completed, they add weight 1 and push the weight to the first level 2. A lot of mind games, a lot of teamwork. You got to be slow and steady and also push with a lot of strength in there.
ستيف نفس ما قلت هذا تحدي جميل فيها قوة، ولكن قبل القوة معتمد على الحضور الذهني. في بازل لازم يكون قبل البداية، وهو ترتيب أوراق اللعب بشكل هرمي. الكوتشينة اللي نحن نسميها الكوتشينة لمجموعة من الأوراق، أوراق اللعب تشكل بشكل هرمي، ومن بعدها ينقل اللاعبين الوزن. وزن راح يكون ثقيل، وزن صعب مقاوم، وفي نقاط إضافية في حال طلبت أنك تزيد الوزن، لأن هذا أوبشن. في الأوبشن في نقاط إضافية في الزيادة. لا لازم تفكر هل أنت قادر على الزيادة أو لا. ممكن هذا القرار يكلف الكثير وممكن يعطيك الأفضلية يا ستيف.
That's right, Ahmed. You know what's going to happen right here? Pretty much in the nutshell. Puzzle, cards, stack it up, push. Puzzle, cards, stack it up, and push. That's what's going to happen. Obstacle number 4, sponsored by Unilabs. Back to the studio because it's game time.
Well, we got a little bit of an insight there into obstacle number 4, brought to you by Unilabs. Test of strength, endurance and strength, really. Now we're going to have a look at the scores so far. If you're just joining us, this is Battle of the Government Men's Heat 1. General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs, Dubai, leading the way with 54.06. And now the overall leaderboard so far, it is 20.88 score, 20.88, leading the second half of the leaderboard. This is DMCC. They're currently in 11th, all the way down to Dubai Public Prosecution, who are yet to get some points on the board. 1 minute 45 left on the break. 10 minutes break between each obstacle. Each team will complete 7 obstacles. There's 10 minutes on the clock with a 10-minute break between each one. The atmosphere down here is electric. We have incredible numbers turn up to support their teams and take a look at Dubai Games 2026. Now looking at DMCC, having a look at the notes, working out how best to complete this. They're currently in 11. Let's see if we can listen in to what they're saying.
On both the sides. Now me and Dudin will hold the cards for you. Then push it down. So when you put the weight, initially weight wasn't حتى آخر شيء. هذه دقيقة شباب.
Well, we're taking a look now at Expo City Dubai Authority getting ready. They've got 13 seconds left to go to discuss how they're going to tackle number 4, obstacle number 4, brought to you by Unilabs. 3 seconds to go, and away they go. Let's see what happens here. They've got to first construct the first layer of cards. Those cards are not light. I held them yesterday. They've got a bit of a weight to them. They've got to make sure they balance as well. Test of teamwork here. We are seeing team from Expo City constructing the first level as fast as they can. All important time clicking away. There is 10 minutes total to complete this obstacle. 30 seconds of that gone already. They have nearly completed layer number 1. Over on the left hand side of the screen we can see DMCC also completing number 1, but having a look, looks like they need to spread the bottom layer out a little bit more to balance the flat layer. And the team in green making their way through to the first sledge area. All 4 teammates getting involved there to lift that weight. You can see just how heavy it is. Now they've got to push it up the hill for 10 meters. They've made a smart move there to put it at the top end of the sled to save having to do it later on. Now, all 5 of them going for a rugby scrum technique to push that weight up the hill. Oh, there we go. That is stage number 1. Referee has said that is good and they can continue on. Now, Expo City Dubai moving fast for layer number 2 of the House of Cards. Also in this round we have Abu Dhabi Civil Defence Authority in lane number 2. That is the orange lane. We'll have a look and see their progress shortly. They're still constructing level number 1, as are the team over in grey in the blue lane. That is DMCC. They're deciding which weight to go for first. They need to decide quickly, can't waste time having a discussion about that. Get that weight up on to the sled. All important minutes ticking away. There's 8 minutes left on the clock for round number 3. They're struggling with this one. It's not light. You can see the concrete blocks on there. All 5 team members getting involved to lift it up. Referee saying no pushing it up the hill. Although I don't think he was intentionally doing that. He was just trying to help get the weight on the sled. Expo City managing to lift weight number 2 up on the sled. Beautiful bird's eye view here. We get to see clear progress of each team, neck and neck between Abu Dhabi Civil Defence Authority and DMCC. And we can see the team on the far end. That is Expo City Dubai making their way through to the second stage. Now they're making incredible progress. And Abu Dhabi Civil Defence Authority, the 3rd team in this heat to get their way onto the first level. They've decided for a different tactic. They've put weight number 1 on this closer end of the sled. Are they going to regret that later? They're going to have to lift the next weight further up. Now we're seeing a get on the shoulders technique to get the height to be able to complete level number 3 of the House of Cards. Well placed there. Must do it gently. Don't want it all to tumble down. Now Expo City Dubai are making this look pretty easy. Can they get the top cards up on the top? They are the team in the lead with 6 minutes 25 to go, making this look like light work, but really it's not. This is obstacle number 4 brought to you by Unilabs. This is the one that is a test of strength. Now they can make their way. Ref has said, yep, that is nice and stable. They can make their way to put weight number 3. Now looking at the team in blue, that is Abu Dhabi Civil Defence back with Expo City Dubai as they lift the final 3rd weight. It isn't light. You can see them taking a quick breather there. Can teammate number 5 help without knocking the weight off balance? They've got to lift it 20 meters up the slope by carrying it and then place it onto the sled, which is already all the way up the hill, with all 5 team members needing to press the buzzer at the end Now, can Expo City lift it up this time? How much progress can they make up the hill? And looking in the middle, in the orange lane, is Abu Dhabi Civil Defence Authority. Now, Expo City getting on to the sled. Last little push, and they've done it. They've got all 3 weights on the sled, but it's not over yet. Last bit of strength required to push up the top end of this slope. It looks flat here, but I promise you it's not flat at all. On the far left, we can see the team from DMCC. Little show of muscles there from one of the team in Expo. They're going to use the rugby scrum technique again. Back over here, team in the blue lane. They're wearing grey. That is DMCC. They've managed to get 2 of the weights onto the sled. Lots of support and cheers going to the team of Expo City. One team member taking a breather, but he's back in. Pace is picking up. They're making their way to the top. 4 minutes 37 on the clock. Crucial time benefit there. Can they get to the buzzer as quickly as possible? They've got to run to the buzzer because every second helps add on to the score. All 5 hands on the buzzer, and Expo City Dubai complete obstacle number 4 with 4 minutes and 22 seconds to go. Now, let's see if we can get a word from that team. It looks like Steve is down on the obstacle with them, but for the moment we're back with Abu Dhabi Civil Defence Authority placing weight number 2 on the sled, getting a little bit caught from what I was saying earlier on, where they decided to put weight number 1 on this end of the sled. Now 4 minutes left on the clock. Jumping on the shoulders are DMCC to place the top pyramid of the cards. Now, can they do it without the tumbling down? And 3 minutes 40 left on the clock. Let's go and hear from Expo City, who've managed to complete obstacle 4.
All right, and here we go now, Team Expo City Dubai. First of all, congratulations. How you guys feeling?
Wow, getting our breath back, but we did not take a moment there. Pushed hard the whole way. It was awesome. Everyone, the guys just acting like one, thinking as one. That's exactly why we're up here.
Talk to us, what was the hardest part about a challenge?
Oh my goodness, that third weight was just, yeah, that ripped us apart, but it's all good.
Well, that's awesome.
Game plan.
Ahmed?
3 minutes.
كابتن عرفنا باسمك قبل.
سعيد البلوشي.
سعيد من فريق مدينة إكسبو. سعيد، شفنا أداء مميز وجبار، واستطعت أنك تنهي الحاجز والتحدي في أقل من 6 دقائق. شو شعورك وأنت تشوف باقي الفرق بعدها ما خلصت وأنت مخلص؟
طبعا نحن فخورين بأدائنا، لأن نحن جالسين نتمرن من 3 شهور، وإن كنا قدرنا نسوي هذا لأن نحن اشتغلنا كفريق واحد. فلولا روح الفريق الواحد كان ما قدرنا نسويه، لان روحنا ما قدرنا ندز هذا كله، ما اعرف كم طن هذا ما شاء الله. لكن الحمد لله اشتغلنا وتدربنا لهذا وسوينا استراتيجيه واشتغلنا كفريق واحد. واقول فريق واحد روح واحده وهدف واحد. نعم.
القادم اصعب.
ان شاء الله مقدور عليه، ان شاء الله مقدور عليه ان شاء الله.
كل التوفيق. Steve, this was how the teamwork كيف كان الفريق الواحد والهدف واحد.
Of course, yeah, one team, one spirit. Congratulations to Team Expo City Dubai for finishing right here at obstacle number 4, presented by Unilabs. All right, here we go, more stuff coming up. Back to the game, your time, 1 minute and 47. Here we go, one final push, let's go.
Great to hear there from Expo City Dubai. Saeed telling us about the areas they found tricky, but they managed to complete with 4 minutes and 22 seconds left on the clock. And Ahmed was asking him, looking ahead to obstacle 5, and he said he really hopes it's gonna go well. Well, that was a good start. Extra seconds on the clock really helped. But back into obstacle number 4 here, brought to you by Unilabs. We're watching Abu Dhabi make their way through this section. They're putting weight number 3, but they've made it hard for themselves. You'll see now as they approach the sled, leaving the 2 weights on the bottom end means they have to lift this 3rd weight up and over. 1 minute left on the clock. Can they do it? Let's see. All 5 team members playing a part in this. We heard from another one of the team members from Expo City saying it was a full team effort. One team, one spirit. 42 seconds left on the clock, but Team DMCC in the blue lane have managed to complete obstacle number 4. Let's head down to Steve for a word with them.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Now I got here, of course, Khalid from TMCC. Let's talk about your teamwork right there. What was the game plan? And talk to us, what was the most challenging part about the obstacle right here?
So the most challenging part was to divide the task among the teams. We had a great team full of skills, some power lifters, some smart people, some people who are a bit, like engineers. So we were able to divide the task, and with the training, with the teamwork, with one goal, we were able to achieve it.
Are you having fun?
A lot of fun.
That's the most important thing, Ahmed.
خالد حبيبي خلصت انت في المركز الثاني. اليوم فريق دبي للسلع المتعدده. الموضوع ما بطالب سلع متعدده، مطالب مهارات متعدده.
طالب فريق واحد، طالب روح وحده وهدف واحد.
سرقوا عنا خالد. اذا هكذا كان احتفال فريق مركز دبي للسلع المتعدده. Steve, they are happy celebrating his coach for this challenge.
Exactly, of course, a lot of very happy faces today, a lot of challenges, a lot of energy, but of course, we are not yet done. We got more obstacles coming up and more fun happening right here at Dubai Games 2026. Back to the studio.
Great to see the team from DMCC having such an incredible time, enjoying the obstacles, enjoying the challenge, and just coming together as a team. We're going to reset all the obstacles now. 10 minutes break if you're just joining us. There are 7 obstacles across, but let's take a look back at the winning moment where Expo City managed to complete obstacle number 4. Big smiles on the face of Team Expo City Dubai. They managed to complete obstacle number 4, brought to you by Unilabs, with 4 minutes 22 seconds on the clock. If it's your first time watching Dubai Games 2026, the minutes and the seconds left on the clock all count towards the points. There are 7 obstacles, 10 minutes to complete each obstacle, with a 10-minute break in between. We're in that break now. Let's take a look at the highlights from obstacle number 4. Looking back now at the highlights from round number 4. This is obstacle number 4, where Expo City managed to make great progress. Look at all of our fans that have popped out to join us down here on a Thursday afternoon in Dubai Festival City. There is nowhere else you would rather be. We're seeing DMCC push that sled up the hill. Looks flat from this angle, but I promise you it is not flat at all. Great effort there from the Expo City team in green. They managed to win that round. Well, 6 minutes 56 left on the clock in the break to catch their breath, freshen up, grab a sip of water, and we're going to be heading into the next round, which is round number 5. Well, shortly we'll take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. However, it's not going to be indicative until each team has completed all 7 obstacles, slightly different levels of challenge, and we'll have to see them all take on each obstacle. If you've just joined us, there are 7 obstacles. This is the Battle of the Government Men's Heat 1. There are 3 heats. Coming up next, we're going to follow obstacle number 3. This is brought to you by Alga Group. Let's take a quick little insight into obstacle number 3. This will be the first time our athletes will be taking a look at it for Dubai Games 2026. Let's see a demo on how it's best completed. Well, just 5 minutes left in the break between round 4 and round 5. We're taking a look now at obstacle number 3, brought to you by Al Ghurg Group. Well, you'll see the 2 walls here in the middle. They're on a spring mechanism. When there is weight on top of them, that will bring the wall down. The first one requires around the body weight of 1 human being, and the second one 2. That will help make it easier to bring it down. Well, they're getting a briefing now on obstacle number 3 from Mr. Michael Jordan. Let's see if we can hear a little bit about that.
Ball, again, traverse on the wall, going to the end, to the buzzer. At the buzzer, there is a headset on there next to the buzzer. You have to put the ball before you press. If you press before the ball is there, your point doesn't count. Remember that. Ball first, then press. Okay? Question.
Let's get it right. So this is the first step.
This is the first
Second
step.
step is there. Third step is this.
First step is the cube.
The cube.
Yes, get the key, that's 1.
Okay.
Get the ball, that's 2. Deliver the ball to the end, press the buzzer, that's 3. Zone 1 is the bonus, big cube. You can bring it
Briefing underway for round number 5. Obstacle number 3, but let's head down to Ahmed and Steve down in the arena.
All right, thank you very much, Cheryl. We are down here, of course, at obstacle number 3, sponsored by Al Ghurg Group, Stephen Ahmed. Now, here it's all about mind games, Ahmed. You know, we're talking about athletes climbing the walls and tunnel to reach the tower and use the sticks, okay, to free the cube from all levels and retrieve the maze key. So it's more of a lot of mind games, a lot of teamwork, a lot of just really making sure that things go in the exact place at the right time.
نعم أعزائي المشاهدين حضورنا الكريم في هذا الحاجز بالتحديد الحاجز رقم 3 اللي يأتي برعاية مجموعة عيسى صالح القرق. اللي يحب السوشي يتابع هذا الحاجز لأن في تشوبستيك حاضر. لازم الفريق يعني ينقل الكرات المكعبة الكبيرة بطريقة التشوبستيك التي نستخدمها عصات السوشي نعم إلى أعلى البرج، وتتطلب ايضا ذكاء وحضور ذهني كبير، وايضا حل اللغز وفك شفره المتاهه هنا واخذ الكره لكسر ايضا زر النهايه. زر النهايه راح يفتح بالكره الموجوده في هذه المتاهه.
Also, Ahmed, don't forget that teams later on can also earn additional 5 points if they successfully release the bigger cubes later on. So you know what? This obstacle, it's all about maze, it's all about puzzle. So it's going to be very interesting to find out how teams fare out right here at obstacle number 3. Back to you, Sarah.
Great to get a deeper insight into obstacle number 3. This is the UAE Space Agency. Looking a little bit knackered after rounds 4, but they've still got 3 rounds left to go. Talking strategy, we can see one of the team members has got some tape around both wrists. Interesting, hope he's not carrying an injury there. Checking a few things with the referee are the Ministry of Justice. They are wearing orange. Oh, looks like they're questioning a couple of things. Just to check, there is 1 minute 30 seconds left on the clock in this break. It is a beautiful afternoon down here at Dubai Festival City. We have seen 4 rounds so far for the Battle of the Government men's heat number 1. 2 more heats still to come in this category, very popular category. 20 teams currently out in heat number 1. They're going to give us a good starting idea of how the teams are going to fare. They'll be our first leaderboard once they've completed all 7 rounds. Beautiful bird's eye view here of what's to come for obstacle 3. This is a real challenge. We've got puzzles, we've got the fitness to get over the walls, the spring mechanism walls, and they've got to go over the wall, under the tunnel, over the second wall, and then we have what we call chopstick tower. I'll give you a little bit more of an insight when we get a better, closer view, but this is an opportunity to pick up some bonus points here on obstacle number 3. There are 2 cubes. Now we can see a little photo there from the Ministry of Justice ahead of this obstacle. 20 seconds left to go in the break. They're getting ready to get underway. This is the puzzle. They're going to have to release the key, and the key becomes crucial later on when they need to open up the buzzers. All 5 members of the team must press the buzzer for the 5 points. 2 seconds to go, and they're going to be in to round number 5. We're currently with the team in yellow. That is the UA Space Agency. Let's see if they can understand how this mechanism works on the wall. They're going to help lift each other up. Can the weight of one team member push that wall down to make it easier for the rest of the team? Not quite yet. Let's see if they've worked out. There we go. We can see it dropping there for the UAE Space Agency as the second member gets on top. Good view here. We can see Ministry of Justice have managed to work that one out as well, helping to pull their teammates up and over the wall. Last 2 teammates getting up for Ministry of Justice. He's going to jump up and be pulled by that teammate. Team in red is the Ministry of Investment. Last team, oh no, that's the one before last. Last team member's going to take a bit of a run up. We can see the team of Ministry of Justice and UAE Space Agency making their way underneath through the tunnel and now navigating wall number 2. This second wall requires more weight to push down the spring mechanism. Making his way now, look at that, straight down as soon as he got up there, making the wall easier for the rest of the team members to make their way over. Just seeing a grab there for Ministry of Justice. He managed to get up. Now he's going to pull his teammate up, and hopefully, there we go, we can see the additional weight helping to pull the wall down. In the far end, we can see the team in red. That is the Ministry of Investment trying to push the wall down. All he needs to do is get a little bit more weight on the top. Good progress here for Ministry of Justice. Moving fast through. We've got the UAE Space Agency now on the Chopstick Tower. This is the first opportunity we get to see how they're going to navigate this. 4 floors. They've got to help push that small cube up. The cube is the bonus point. The small one is the bonus 5 points. You'll see at the top of Chopstick Tower there is a small square. They need to push this square through that hole to take the 5 points. The big square needs to go up and over. Apologies, correction there. The big square is the bonus points, and the small square is the first one they need to get through the hole. They're using coordination, team communication to work their way up with the cube. This is working well so far for the UAE Space Agency. Team in yellow. Let's see, final team member making his way up to bring in the final chopstick, I guess we could call it, the final pole to be able to push it up. Now they need to push that small cube through the hole. Yellow team, the UAE Space Agency are leading this round so far on obstacle 3. Can they push it through that hole? Just about 7 minutes left on the clock. They're trying to maneuver it so it can fit through. They definitely don't want to drop that cube all the way down. Careful little tiny maneuvers, and it looks like they've nearly got it through. 6 minutes 40 to go. Are they going to go for the bonus box? Decisions will be made now. Or are they going to complete the obstacle and take the extra time as points? Let's see what they decide to do. Let's have a look. We're on the bird's eye view. Ministry of Investment in red, trying to bring the box from level 1 up to level 2. Slightly slower progress for them. Now back with the UAE Space Agency. It looks like they've decided to leave the bonus points by the looks of it. Let's see if they come back for that one. 6 minutes left on the clock. They're heading their way back over the box. Now, Ministry of Investment taking a look, discussing in communication. It's all about teamwork to be able to get this small cube up. They're struggling to reach with the chopstick poles on the second floor. I think they need to push a little bit harder to be able to raise that box. Over on the left-hand side, we could see the UAE Space Agency making their way over, but now we are back with the Ministry of Justice in orange. One team member holding on to that box while the others make their way to the top. Can they pick it up and get it through that hole? Look at the coordination required. Even the fifth team member is getting involved in terms of directing them as to what to do. Is he going to let that one go? Now back with the UAE Space Agency. They're trying to reach up over the wall to get the weight to drop that spring mechanism down using the shoulders. And is it going to drop? Just about. There it goes. Smartly made obstacle courses here over at Dubai Games for 2026 at Dubai Festival City. Get down here if you're not already in here in the crowd. This is where the atmosphere is. 4 minutes 40 left on the clock for round number 5. This is obstacle number 3, brought to you by Al Ghurg Group, UAE Space Agency, helping their teammate up and over that wall. Now they need to carefully jump off the wall so not to make it higher for the last team member to descend. And then now back to the puzzle. Can they release the key? Well, you'll see at the back of the puzzle there are 2 pulleys where they can help direct the puzzle round in a circular motion. They'll need to use a lot of communication here. They're still working it out as to how best to release the key. They don't have long, 3 minutes 56 seconds on the clock. They're going to need to move fast to make this count. All important seconds. Any time left on the clock once they've completed an obstacle helps calculate towards their overall leaderboard points. 3 minutes left, 3 minutes 36 left on the clock. UAE Space Agency we can see, but Steve and Ahmed are now down in the arena.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Here we are, of course, at obstacle number 3, sponsored by Al Ghurg Group. Now, you see behind us, they're trying to log the ball in there. They got to keep on spinning left and right with precision because your goal is to get that ball out of the puzzle from the key they had from the previous challenges here. Obstacle number 3, Ahmed.
ستيف، نفس ما نشوف أعزائي المشاهدين، الكرة الخضراء الواضحة في متاهة الموجودة هنا في الحاجز رقم 3 هي كلمة السر وهي نقطة التحول في حال أيضا في حال أخذ الكرة وإيصال الكرة إلى خارج هذه المتاهة. يجب على أو يقدر الفريق أن يصل إلى خط النهاية لأن هذه الكرة هي مفتاح الضغط على الأجراس أعزائي المشاهدين. ستيف.
All right, so there you have it now. You're seeing what's going on here at obstacle number 3, sponsored by Al Ghurg. A lot of puzzle, a lot of challenges. Back to you, Sarah.
Great to get a closer insight into what is going down there on obstacle number 3. In the arena, we can see the UAE Space Agency, one team member directing how to release that key. It's in a ball shape. We can see it just about. It's just dropped. It's making its way through. Lots of good communication. It's been released. Great celebration there from the Space Agency. Now they've got to make their way back through. They're heading back. They've got 1 minute 54 left to get that back. The key will open up the buzzers that all 5 team members need to press to win those 5 points that will be added to the leaderboard. They are well in the lead here on obstacle number 3, but not closely followed, actually, by the team in orange. That is the Ministry of Justice. We can see in the background Ministry of Investment also making their way over the wall at the far end to take on the puzzle. 1 minute 22 left on the clock. Can the UAE Space Agency complete this in the time? They need to go down under the tunnel now to get through. We can see the final team member for the Ministry of Justice in orange jumping up on the wall. They're going to have to move fast. Just 1 minute 5 seconds left on the clock. Perhaps we can pick up with the UAE Space Agency. Be good to see them go through to complete obstacle number 3, brought to you by Al Ghurg Group. Now we can see the team in orange, the Ministry of Justice, just looking at the puzzle, but they're going to have to move faster than that. This is the team in yellow, UAE Space Agency, on their way to press that buzzer. They've got to go fast, fast, fast. 38 seconds to go. They've got to pass the key, hands on the buzzers, all 5 team members. And they've done it with 30 seconds left on the clock. We can see the celebrations of what that means to the UAE Space Agency. Let's head down. Ahmed has the team. Ahmed, what's going on?
All right, here we go. Captain, Yalla, come. First of all, congratulations. What's your name?
My name is Sultan.
All right, Sultan, first of all, congratulations.
8,
How do you feel
7,
about getting that buzzer in?
5,
It was exciting.
4,
It was the first
3,
time since
2,
the last one we didn't
1.
do. The last year, but this one we did.
Congratulations, Ahmed.
كابتن نشوفكم طايرين ما شاء الله بين الجدران اب اند داون ما عندكم مشكله اللغز كيف حليت شو كانت كلمه السر في اللغز
لان انجينير ويا مهندسين فالمهندسين يعرفون حق الاشكال كيف تطلع بسهوله الهندسه
نعم ليش خايف من الكاميرا تعال اذا هي كلمه السر انهم كانوا مهندسين والمهندسين دائما يفوز السيف
مهندسين الفضاء بروسايس دقيقين جدا.
Thank you very much. Congratulations. All right, there you have it. Back to you, Sarah.
Well, we got to hear from Sultan there, and he's giving credit to the fact they're engineers, and that helped them win that obstacle number 3. I guess it helped them on the puzzle side of it, and maybe to understand the mechanism, the release mechanism on the wall to make that easier for them. And also they had to navigate the chopstick tower. Who knows? Did their background in engineering help them win that heat? 30 seconds left on the clock when they pressed that buzzer, and they were extremely delighted. Look at that beautiful aerial view of all 7 obstacles that our teams have been taking on. But let's take a look back at the winning moment. The elation on the faces of the UAE Space Agency. We even heard from Sultan. Now we're looking back at the highlights from obstacle number 3, brought to you by Alga Group. Watching the teams make their way over that wall. It's higher than you think, but a little bit of help with the release mechanism that brings it down. And now looking at the challenging chopstick tower to work their way up with the boxes to get them out. No one in that heat decided to go for the bonus 5 points, but it was a good decision for the UAE Space Agency because they managed to complete in 30 seconds left on the clock. So they managed to complete in 9 minutes 30. See the elation as they completed the puzzle and then all the way through to win 5 hands on the buzzer. There we see the delight and joy on the faces. See what it means to them. Those all-important points that are going to get added to the leaderboard. Look at the atmosphere we have down here. So many of the members of Dubai, residents of Dubai, visitors popping down to get involved in Dubai Games 2026. This is obstacle number 2, brought to you by Damac. Well, we're going to have a deeper insight into obstacle number 2 in just a moment, but we are down at Dubai Festival City. Obstacle number 2 is going to be a wet, slippery, slidey one. Let's take a look at how it's best completed. Now it's time for obstacle number 2. Our first look at Dubai Games 2026, obstacle number 2. This is where it gets a little bit slippery and slidey. We've got to get all the grip, especially going up the hill in the stage number 1. But first, we're going to hear from Ahmed and Steve down in the arena.
All right, thank you very much, Sarah. Ahmed, do you love zip lines? Because if the answer is yes, well, guess what? Obstacle number 2 is perfect for you, sponsored by Damac. Now, what's going to happen? Athletes must transport first the sandbags up to the waterfall platform, which is right here to our right, and then they got a zip line to transport the sandbags to the other side. So we're talking about arm strength and core power right here.
يا أعزائي الحضور، نعم هذا الحاجز رقم 2 برعاية داماك صعب، محتاج قبضة قوية وقوة تحمل، ولازم العمل الجماعي لازم يكون موجود وحاضر. عندنا 21 ساند باج، حقيبة رمل، كل حقيبة وزنها 15 بدون ماء، تحت خط احمر بدون ماء. مع الماء الله العالم كم وزن هذا حقيبه الرمل سوف تكون. على اللاعبين نقل الساند باج الى الطرف الاخر، ولكن هنالك معوقات في كل مرحله. المرحله الاولى الماء راح يكون العائق، المرحله الثانيه كيف تنقل الساند باج الوزن عن طريق الزب لاين اللي انا اخاف منها. I'm scared about the zip line.
And these are not light. These are heavy sandbags. You got to transport to the other side, stack him up, level it up, get that buzzer, and hopefully win obstacle number 2 presented by Damac. Back to you, Sarah.
Yes, obstacle number 2. Grip strength is going to be key here. Being able to make their way up the hill with the rope, not slipping down, so they're going to have to hold on nice and tight and then carry those sandbags along the zip line. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a tough one, and something a lot of the teams will have to work out at the seesaw end. The stage 3 of the obstacle is how to balance the seesaw, and I'll let you into a secret. We'll see it a little bit later on. The seesaw is not symmetrical. It is slightly to the left. Well, we have our stage referee, our obstacle referee, giving a briefing now. This is Caitlin Benstead. Let's hear from her briefing the teams.
Section number 2. Again, you need to get all the sandbags from the first platform to the second platform using the zip line. Only one person on the zip line at a time, so you can take as many bags as you like. But if you fall in the water with your sandbag, you have to climb out onto the floatable walkway and you have to run back. Okay? So it's a risk if you take more sandbags. When you get across to the other side, you leave the sandbag and you're going to have to grab the long rope and pull the zip line all the way back to your other team member, okay? Using, again, that floatable walkway. Once all members and all sandbags are at the end, stay
Well, we saw Caitlin Benstead giving a briefing now to the teams for obstacle number 2. Then we can see them all in discussion, and they're just checking a few details with the lane referee. We'll introduce you to the teams that are going to be taking part on this obstacle shortly, but let's first have a look at the scores as they currently stand. Well, they'll be up in just a moment. We can see the referee adding a little bit more detail, just clarifying a few things in regards to obstacle number 2, which is brought to you by Damac. I'm going to tell you who we have here. We have on this obstacle very shortly. And a few teams checking a few things. It's important not to get anything wrong. You don't want to be picking up any yellow or red cards because all important points could be lost there. Well, let's have a look at the scores as they currently stand. Leading the way is General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs Dubai. They managed to pick up some bonus points on obstacle number 4, currently sitting at the top of the leaderboard with 69.06. This is the second half of the leaderboard. Some teams quite close together between the 11th and 15th position, and Dubai Public Prosecution managed to pick up 5 points on their last obstacle. Well, there's just 1 minute left to go on the clock in the break before the teams take on number 6, round number 6 of 7 obstacles. Back with Caitlin. She's giving a few final words on how they must complete this obstacle. 36 seconds to go. Last little sips of water. A A little chat about strategy, how they're going to take this on. All about one team, one spirit here in the city of Dubai for the 7th edition of the Dubai Games 2026. A highlight for so many of these athletes. 1,700 of them joining us here this weekend. 10 seconds left on the clock. This is the Battle of the Government Men's Heat 1. Round number 6, obstacle number 2, and away they go. Let's see how they get on with taking these sandbags up the slippery, slidey slope. It has got water running down. The referee is having to remind him, you need a sandbag, because you're going to need that later on. Are the teams going to realize how important those sandbags are when they need to balance out the seesaw at the end of the obstacle? Each obstacle is broken down into 3 stages. 3 of our obstacles have bonus points available. Not on obstacle 2, but we'll see some bonus points a little bit later on. We can see one of the teams here in purple making their way up. I believe this is Abu Dhabi Civil Defence Authority. No, I'm incorrect. I will stand updated. This is Sharjah Electric Water. They've just dropped one of the sandbags. He tried to attempt to take 2 sandbags. Now the team over in lane number 1 making their way up the slope. They are leading. Look at the technique to make their way down, just sliding in. This is the Government of Dubai Legal Affairs Department. Just 2 sandbags, I think, left in the basket. I'm having a little look. Maybe there's another one underneath there. Each sandbag is going to be needed as they get towards the far end of this obstacle. Now we can see the bird's eye view of all of our teams making progress of stage number 1. We're not going to have a good idea of who's in the lead just yet until we see them bring all the sandbags towards the top of the slippery slope. The team in the left lane, the blue lane, Sharjah Electricity, Water, Gas Authority, making good progress there. I think I can see 5 sandbags at the top of the hill for them. Now we get a closer look. Oh, they're looking across to their competitors, seeing what they're doing. Maybe they're getting a few tips and tricks by having a look. They're having to put the sandbag back in to the basket to reset. Referee making sure he keeps a keen eye to keep it fair amongst all the teams. Now, all teams still on stage 1. There's no sandbags left in the basket for the team in the blue lane. That is Sharjah Electricity, Water and Gas Authority. We've also got Dubai Sports Council in lane number 2. That's the orange lane. They look like they've got 1 sandbag left in their basket. Bit of a team effort there, handing the sandbag across. Walking his way up, having to hold on to that rope. It's going to be tough on the hands. No doubt it'll be absorbing the water. Oh, some good shots here of the teams making their way up the slope. You can see how tough it is, trying their best to grip. They're not allowed up the ladder like our referee is heading up the ladder. They have to go up the tough way, of course. This is the Dubai Games 2026. It's not easy. That team member there struggling to get a grip at the bottom of the slope there. We've got Dubai Sports Council, the Government of Dubai Legal Affairs and Sharjah Electricity, Water and Gas Authority in this round. In this lane, in the pink lane, this is the Dubai Legal Affairs Department. They look like they've got the last couple of sandbags over their shoulder. Now, let's see if we can pick up here with the team in the orange lane. That is Dubai Sports Council. Have they managed to collect? Oh, that looks like it's the last sandbag. Caitlin pointing to the basket saying there is 1 left. You cannot move on to stage number 2. Good collection of sandbags at the top of the hill for the team in the blue lane. That is Sharjah Electricity, Water and Gas Authority. I mean, they've done well. They're really collecting their sandbags up there. They've laid them all out. Once the teams get through, there's 5 minutes, 52 seconds left on the clock to move on to the zip line portion of this obstacle. Each obstacle split into 3 parts. All 5 team members must press the buzzer at the end for 5 points. See the team Dubai Sports Council over in the middle lane in orange. Oh, a bit of a slip there for Sharjah Electricity Water and Gas Authority, the team wearing green but in the blue lane. Another sandbag on the shoulder of their final teammate. Oh, he's going to attempt two by the looks of it, unless he's going to hand one of those over to his teammate. Getting extremely wet here. I feel sorry for the teams that had this task out first. All of our teams are out on the field at the same time, moving around the various obstacles. There are 7 obstacles, 7 rounds. This is round 6. Now looking at the team of Siwa, that is Sharjah Electricity, Water and Gas Authority. Looks like their basket is left empty. Now the last couple of sandbags, last team members on their way up for Siwa. Dubai Sports Council, bit of a queue at the bottom. Here we can see them handing the last sandbag over. Now teams are very close together. 4 minutes 32 left on the clock. Checking the basket. Water is a little bit unclear, so they can't see if they've emptied the basket. They're just checking to make sure they've got all the sandbags, because they can't move on until they've taken them all up. Good teamwork there to pop that one on the shoulder of his teammate. Now looking at the top of the slope, it looks like Siwa are ready to move on. They're in the lane that is blue. They're in the lead. Perhaps we can take a look in a moment at the other side as they're going to make their way through the zip line portion. Stage number 2, 3 minutes 54 left on the clock. Just checking the basket are Dubai Sports Council. They've managed to find another one down there, but I think it's empty now. This is Sharjah Electricity, Water and Gas Authority going for a sandbag around the neck technique. They are in the lead. They're in the blue lane. Now zip line. Can they get all of the sandbags down and around? They are in the lead. Oh, tough old dismount there. He's now stuck. He's had to, oh, that is a tough one there for Siwa. Gonna have to head back to the beginning. But how are they gonna get that rope back? They're gonna need to bring the rope back. They're losing valuable time. 3 minutes left on the clock. They were in the lead, but let's have a look over to Dubai Sports Council. They were not far behind, and also closely followed by the Government of Dubai Legal Affairs Department lane referee, keeping everyone in check. The green team wearing the green shirts, they are pulling that rope back. They're going to need that for the zip line. Here we go. Second attempt. Can he reach it, or has he left it a little bit short? Losing valuable time here. Just 2 minutes 30 left on the clock. Got to reach out to get it. They can only touch anything of the colour of their lane colour, or they will be pinged by the referees, asking for some help of his teammate. Now you can see Dubai Sports Council and the team over in the pink lane, the Dubai Legal Affairs Department, also realising the same thing, that if you fall off, the zip line will just wait there until you pull the rope back. Some tough realizations at the back end of this 10 minutes on obstacle number 2, brought to you by Damac. Now Dubai Sports Council worked it out, but I'll tell you what, Siwa have worked it out even more. They've made it across with their first sand bag. Let's take a look at the replay of one of the team members dropping off the zip line. Oh, costly. He'd made it across and then got caught. That is tough. That just shows you how challenging these obstacles are. It was very jolty as he made it to the end. They have to work out the dismount, but they don't have time to work it out. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go on obstacle number 2. Different technique being employed here for the sandbag. In through the wrist, it looks like. Gonna put it over his arms. Good effort there from Government of Dubai Legal Affairs to help pull back the rope. Now, can they get a sandbag across the line with 1 minute left to go? Oh no, another drop for Dubai Sports Council. You can see on the left-hand side of the screen. But the Government of Dubai Legal Affairs, can he manage the dismount? He does, and he's across with sandbag, I believe, number 2. Let's get a closer look. And this is Siwa. Can he get the dismount? It is tough. It sort of just drops you. You've got to let go at the right time. Good little release of the sandbag. You've got to get that rope. It's very wobbly on that platform, making it look easy as he runs across to pull the zip line back for the team to make their way across. 20 seconds left on the clock for round number 6. Tough obstacle is number 2. 10 seconds left to go. Valuable points up for grabs here. All teams on the zip line now. Good dismount from Dubai Legal Affairs Department and Sports Council. Get one more bag across, and that is round number 6 complete. 10 minutes now. A couple of high fives, big smiles for Sharjah Electricity, Water and Gas Authority. We'll hear from the teams shortly, but first, let's have a look. It looks like they enjoyed that one. It was tough. It was wet, it was slippery, it wasn't easy, and it looks like they need to make big progress in stage number 1 to allow them enough time to get through stage number 2, the zip line, and stage number 3. Now down to the floor. Let's hear from the teams.
All right, here we go now. Thank you very much, Sarah. Hi, brother. What is your name?
My name is Obaid.
All right, Obaid. First of all, talk to us. How was the challenge? Did you have fun? Was it hard? Talk about it.
Actually, it's a big challenge and it's perfect. So you don't have time. You should to finish it as a team very quick.
Well, thank you very much, Ahmed.
عبيد شفناكم مستمتعين في خاصة في الجولة الأولى من التحدي. شفنا يعني النزول الممتع للغاية. أو كيف تقولنا شعورك اللي كان أثناء التنافس في هذا الحاجز؟
صحيح، هو أفضل شيء يعني أو الأمتع في الموضوع أنك أنت فاهم التحدي. التحدي أول ما تفهمه خلاص بتمشي عليه، لكن مثل ما قلت الوقت هو عنصر أساسي في الموضوع ولازم تتحداه.
دائرة الشؤون القانونية لحكومة دبي، كنتوا ماشيين على القانون ولا لا؟
أكيد أكيد ما نقدر على طول برا.
نعم، إذن هذا كان الفريق أيضا الذي نقدر نقول ما خلص في الوقت ولكن كسب التحدي، فريق الشؤون القانونية لحكومة دبي.
Thank you very much, Obaid. Back to the studio. Back to you, Sarah.
Great few words from Obaid, but now to the highlights. We saw Caitlin at the beginning clarifying a few things, but did they listen hard enough? They all came a little bit a cropper in stage 2 on the zip line, taking a look back at the Government of Dubai Legal Affairs Department, making their way up with the sandbags up the slippery slope. This is where all 3 teams in this round lost some valuable time, I would say. They need to progress through this stage as fast as possible, and perhaps any of the teams behind them will be keeping an eye on how each other team is tackling the next obstacle to give them a little bit of an insight in how best to tackle it themselves. We can see the teamwork that happened here. This is all about one team, one spirit, helping each other place those sandbags on the shoulder, and then the tough zip line. Let's see, did he manage the dismount on this one? And let's look at the release. Great to see it in slow-mo. This is the Siwa team, Sharjah Electricity, Water and Gas Authority, all into the water that time out. But they managed to get a few sandbags across, navigating the wobbly and slippery platform, having to bring back the zip line to their teammates so they can make their way through. Oof, tough dismount for that gentleman there, part of the Siwa team. But I'll tell you what, as Obaid said, he is from the team of Government of Legal Affairs. They had an incredibly fun time out there. Wonderful view there, bird's eye view of obstacle number 2 and obstacle number 1, which is going to be coming up next. This is the bowling alley at the end, and also a lot of tactics and strategy in play for obstacle number 1. There is 5 minutes 57 seconds left of the break. Obstacle number 1 is brought to you by Dewa. We can see some of our supporters out enjoying what is on offer here at Dubai Games 2026, the 7th edition. It just keeps getting bigger and better each year. New challenges, new obstacles, 1,700 athletes taking part from around the world. Let's take a closer look at obstacle number 1, brought to you by Dewa. Now, the first section that we're getting a good look of here is a ball and net situation. The team members will elevate one of their team members in the middle with a harness. It'll be easier to see when it's in play, and they'll make their way around to pick up the balls. They can't keep them in the net, so they've got to hold onto the balls very tight. Then we're going to move over to the next section, where one team member will sit in the middle platform and hold onto the balls very tight. They're then going to have to reach up and close the trapdoors to pull down on that rope to close the trapdoors to allow their teammates to carry them all the way through, ready for the bowling alley. And the main part of this obstacle is to keep hold of as many balls as possible to give yourself the best chance on the bowling alley. There are 5 bonus points up for grabs on obstacle 1. Let's see if any of our teams can do it. There's 4 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Teams will be down there getting briefed by Kyla Smith. She is the obstacle head for this obstacle number 1, brought to you by Dewa. When I was having a look at the obstacles yesterday, this was one of my favorites. We didn't get a chance to have a go, but I'll tell you what, I really wish I could. Here for Dubai Games 2026 in the sunset as it drops down in the background. Let's have a look at the best way to complete obstacle number 1. Welcome back to Dubai Games 2026. It is just day 1 and the atmosphere and excitement is building up in the arena. Let's head down to Ahmed Al Ali and Steve Moore, who are on the floor.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Sarah, Stephen Ahmed. Here we are now, right here at obstacle number 1, sponsored by Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. As you can see, this obstacle is so beautiful, and if you love bowling, by the way, well, this obstacle is a not-miss session for you. It's beautiful, it's massive, and by the way, it requires a lot of teamwork. As always, one team, one spirit.
نعم، فريق واحد هدف واحد في هذا المسار، وهذا التحدي رقم 1 الذي يأتي برعاية ديوا هنا في ميدان هذا ومضمار هذا الميدان. نعم، اللي يحب البولينج راح تكون عنده الأفضلية للتفوق في هذا التمرين. التمرين راح يبدأ أيضا مع الكرات معلقة يستطيع اللاعبين أيضا نقلها إلى الطرف الآخر، ومن ثم نحتاج القوة والعمل الجماعي للوصول إلى تحدي البولينج. ولازم أيضا من خلال البولينج يكون في سترايك ولا غير السترايك حتى تقدر أنك تأخذ النقاط كاملة، وزائد هنالك أيضا مهمة إضافية إذا أنجزها الفريق يحصل على 5 نقاط إضافية.
All right, so basically now athletes must make sure to lift the team member to collect some balls, and they got to lift the team member to grab the rope and release the bridge crossing. Now, towards the other side, it's all about bowling. The more it drops, well, the more chances that your team wins later on, of course. And the main goal is to, as always, press those buzzer. Back to you, Sarah.
I am excited for this one, but first, let's take a look at the scores so far. The current leaderboard after 6 rounds, just 1 round left to go, 1 minute left on the break. Here are the scores from round number 6. And out, taking a lead, 79.06 points for General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs. They took an early lead earlier on, and they're still up at the top of the leaderboard. This is the second half of the leaderboard as it stands after 6 rounds. Lots of teams close together. Dubai Public Prosecution getting another 5 points on the board there. Well, it's still all to play for. Just 26 seconds left to go. Only 2 teams so far managing to secure bonus points, and that's put them well ahead in the leaderboard. It is time for obstacle number 1, brought to you by Diwa. 10 seconds on the clock. We can see our teams harnessed up, ready to go. Let's see how they take this one. They have to release the balls out of the nets and hold on to them very tight. It is time to get into obstacle number 1. They're going to have to move fast. Only 10 minutes on the clock. In this round, we've got Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities Department, Department of Government Enablement, and we have also the General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs, Dubai. This team in yellow, they are working their way through. Now, can they grab the ball? They're going to have to use a lot of teamwork and communication here to move their teammate around. They need to release one end to allow their other teammates to pull the one in the harness towards them and closer to one of the balls. Let's see, the team in lane orange, they've done an incredible start. They're already on ball number 3. They've really thought this one out. They're releasing that third ball, but they've kept them in net. I thought they had to release them, but it seems they are allowed to keep the balls in the net. Let's see what the referee, it looks like it's all clear and good. They're struggling to release ball number 3, have to hold on to the balls tight. If they release or lose any of the balls, there is no way of getting them back again. Here we have the team in the blue lane. He's trying to help his team by instructing him, saying, can you pull me a little bit closer to this one? I can't reach. This is the General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs Dubai in blue, making his way over for ball number 3. And can he grab and release? You can see he's trying with his feet. Not quite reaching. Team are going to have to release one end to let him get closer, and they've done it there. Now, they have to pick up all 4 balls of stage 1 before they move on. That is number 2. You can see how hard it is to release. Big old clip. That is 3 balls. He's got to hold on to it tight. On the arm it goes. Good technique there from the General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs, Dubai. This is obstacle number 1. Brought to you by Diwa. We're still on stage number 1. 2 minutes and 20 seconds down. They've got 7 minutes 40 left to complete this one. Now over with the team in yellow. They're in the lane, the pink lane. Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities Department. He's saying, come on, this way. I need to go further this way. They've got 2 balls in hand. Still got to pick up 2 more. We can see in the background the team from Department of Government Enablement. They've managed to pick up 3, just 1 left to go. I think the General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs, the third team at the far end, have managed to release. Losing valuable time here are the team in the pink lane. 7 minutes on the clock. They've lost 30 seconds and no movement. They've got to get this communication going. Otherwise, they're going to lose valuable time that they need further in this obstacle. They've got to move fast. There's no waiting around. Use the communication to help. We can see now on the right-hand side of the screen, the General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs really struggling to release that third ball. He's been trying for some time now, and it's off. He's done it. So he's got 4 out of 5 balls, 1 left to go, making his way over. He's quite close. Or if they decided to call it now. Let's see. No, he is going to take number 5. They're going to need as many balls as possible, because when they get to the bowling section, they need as many opportunities to hit down all the pins. Oh, no. Over in the orange lane, Department of Government Enablement have lost 3 balls in the water, and they will not be able to retrieve those. So now they've got to get back, reset, get ready to pick up the final 2 balls that they have. They've got to move fast. 5 minutes, 54 left on the clock. This is round 7, last opportunity for this heat to get those points, and they need points to put themselves in the best possible position. Team in the blue lane, General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs, have collected all 5 balls. They are in the lead for this round on obstacle 1, brought to you by Diwa. Now they just need to get him over to the far end. He's trying to use the hanging strings where the balls are on to help bring him closer. Team Orange, I hear, have lost all their balls, but I see they have 2 still hanging. I believe they've lost 3 balls, so they're going to be able to pick up the final two balls, I believe, but they've lost 3 of those balls. They're trying to get their teammate back up so he can go and get them. They've really made it tough for themselves, but the team in blue is in the lead. 5 minutes to go, halfway through this round. Beautiful sunset in the background down here at Dubai Festival City. If you've not been to Dubai Games before, make sure you come down for this edition. 7th time out, and is bigger than better. Look, it's packed out down here. Atmosphere is buzzing. You do not want to miss out. It looks like the General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs, the team in the blue lane at the far end, are really struggling to get their teammate over at the far end, but he's got all 5 balls. He's trying to hook them on. He's managed to get number 1 on, and the team over in the orange lane, Department of Government Enablement, are back up and running again to try and retrieve the final 2 balls. And team on the blue lane, good progress from them, but they're going to still need to move fast. The next section is going to be time intensive. 4 minutes left on the clock. This is round 7, last opportunity to pick up points for the Battle of Government men's teams in heat number 1. Have they been able to hook up all the balls? They're nearly there. Let's see if they can make their way on to the platform. They're going to need to put all 5 balls up first, and then they can move on to stage 5. Good teamwork there, trying to help pull him back. Last one being hooked on. 3 minutes 30 now. They've got to move fast onto stage number 2. This is the General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs in the blue lane, wearing grey, better known as Dubai Residency. Now, stage 2, they can move on. They've got to put 1 team member on the platform in the middle. They've got to hold onto all of the balls very tight. They've got to take them off the netting. That's what they're doing now. This is where it's going to get hard. Any balls that slide off the platform and fall in the sand can no longer be retrieved. They're going to have to think hard now how they're going to hold on to them. And they're still clarifying some rules with the referee. Valuable time being lost doing that now. Should have done that prior to setting off for this heat. Are they going to take all of them at the same time? What technique are they going to use to hold on to those balls? Probably best. Oh, they're going to take all of them. They're going to take the chance. Whilst he's holding on to these 5 balls, you'll see in a moment, there is a rope that he needs to pull down to release those trap doors so that they can all make their way across. Making it look nice and easy, though, is the team of General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs, Dubai Residency. They've done it. He's holding on to all the balls. Can he pull that trap door down? Good coordination there from the team member. He's got 1 door down, 2nd door down, and they can progress. Now, it is time for a bit of bowling. Team in the blue lane in the lead. 2 minutes left to go. They've put themselves in a really good position. They need to get all the pins down for 5 points. 5 bonus points up for grabs on this obstacle. They have given themselves a really good opportunity to get some crucial points on the board. And the first ball goes down. A few pins. I think we've got 7 pins left to go. 4 balls left. How many are they going to keep for the bonus? Oh, no pins on that ball. 3 balls left. And we have 6 pins. Blue team in the lead. And the ball is rolling. Good shot there. 2 more pins down. 3 balls, 4 pins. This is the Dubai Residency team. And has he gone? They've got a bit of a split.
1
Good
minute.
shot, but they're not leaving many balls
Daqiqa.
left for the bonus point. I believe this is the penultimate ball. And he's checking, making sure, got 50 seconds left on the clock. Let's see how this, oh no! I believe one, nope, they're out of balls. Good attempt, however, 40 seconds left on the clock, but they've got no balls left. 4 pins remaining. Good try for Dubai Residency, but as we said at the beginning of obstacle number 1, holding on to all the balls is the absolute key to obstacle number 1. It looks like Ahmed is down there, so we might be able to hear from Dubai Residency. 16 seconds left on the clock. We are back with the team in the pink lane. Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities are still navigating, picking up the balls. Let's hear from Dubai Residency with Ahmed and Steve.
3, 2.
Here we go. Thank you very much. What's your name, buddy?
Ali Al-Mari.
All right, Ali, first of all, talk to us about the whole obstacle. Which was the hardest part for you?
Actually, I didn't do it, but it's the wall with the ropes. That's hard. That's hard, yeah.
Crossing to the other side. Now let's talk about the bowling part. Was this the fun part for you?
It's fun. It's fun, actually, yeah. Like, people love to play bowling anyway, so. But it's a different kind of bowling.
علي خلينا نقول اليوم يعني حافظتوا يعني الفريق متنوع، في اللي لاعب كروسفيت، لاعب قوة بدنية، لاعب ويت ليفتنج، لاعب مهارات، ما سويتوا حسابكم انه يكون في بولينج.
هي والله فاجأنا صراحة، تفاجأنا. بس هذه لعبة في النهاية، كل حد يلعب بولينج يعني، موضوع حظ.
شو تتوقع اليوم انهيت المنافسات كلها، شو تتوقع مجموعكم ومكانكم في الليدر بورد؟
ان شاء الله ان شاء الله اللي الله كاتبنا بيسوي ان شاء الله. خير.
كل التوفيق.
ان شاء الله مشكور.
Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, there we have it. Back to the studio.
Great to hear from Ali Al-Mari there from the team from Dubai Residency. Looks like they're having a great time taking part in all the new obstacles that have been designed for Dubai Games 2026. It is the ultimate competition and the biggest of its kind. It brings together athletes from around the world as well as our local government teams. This is the Battle of the Government for the men. We have 3 heats, but we're going to take a look back at the winning moment from obstacle number 1, round 7. Tough there for the team from Dubai Residency. They managed to get all 5 balls to the latter stage of obstacle 1, but just couldn't knock down the pins. Let's take a look at the highlights, shall we, of obstacle number 1, one of my favourites out of the 7. Well, set in the Dubai sunset in the background. Very shortly we're going to take a look at the highlights from obstacle number 1, but what an incredible start it has been to Dubai Games so far. Battle of the Government Men's Heat 1. We've had a chance to look at all 7 obstacles. We have 3 more days of competition coming up. We still have Heat number 2 for the Battle of the Government Men's coming up too. And I'll tell you what, it's given us a chance to have a look at all the obstacles, and no doubt all the athletes coming up over the weekend have been keeping a key eye on what's to come. Let's take a look at the highlights from obstacle number 1 of Heat number 7. Well, it started out with the teams having to navigate one of their team members around the pool to collect all 5 balls which were hanging. They needed to hold on to them nice and tight. Unfortunately, one of our teams, the Department of Government Enablement, dropped 3 of their balls, which really hampered their progress. But Dubai Residency, as you can see in the blue lane, made some great progress in the early stages. They managed to collect all 5 balls and progress into stage 2. Now we're taking a look here at the team from the Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activities Department. They're just trying to help direct each other around. 2 balls in hand there for their teammate who is elevated above the pool. As soon as you drop a ball in that swimming pool, there is no retrieving it. It is gone. And we saw from the team from Dubai Residency how important it is to keep all 5 balls to give you the best chance at bowling down all the pins when you get to the final stage of obstacle number 1. Good smiles on their face. So far, we've heard all athletes are having an incredible time down here. It's all about one team, one spirit, teamwork, communication. Impossible to do this alone. Look, you can see them pointing at the ball like, I need to go closer to this one. This is the team, the Dubai Residency, hooking up the 5 balls after stage 1 of the obstacle. Good teamwork, holding him in there, making sure he doesn't fall back towards the pool, making it easier. And now we're back with the Islamic Affairs and Charitable Activity Department back onto the Dubai Residency as they made their way through to stage 5. They did extremely well on this section, I must say. They made up a lot of time, giving them 2 minutes down on the bowling pin. But we get to hear now, shortly, well, we will head down to Stephen Ahmed, who I believe have one of our teammates down in the arena.
All right, here we go now, of course. Captain, what's your name?
Saeed Al-Shahi from Islamic Affairs.
Captain Saeed from Dubai Islamic Affairs. First of all, how was the challenges? How was it for you?
Very nice, nice challenge. I like it.
You had a great time?
Yes.
All right, Ahmed.
كابتن سعيد، إذا ما تكلمنا اليوم بعد ما أنهينا جميع التحديات ال7، كيف شعورك؟ أوصف لنا شعورك في هذه التجربة. هي التجربة الأولى ولا سبق لك أن شاركت في هذه المسابقة؟
في تجربتي الأولى سلمك الله، ومستانس عليها، وهذا تحدي لنفسي أني قدرت أتخطى المراحل كلها. لو اني انا ما قدرت يعني احصل النقاط اللي انا ابغيها ويا فريقي، ولكن اني انا حاولت مع فريقي بقدر المستطاع ان نوصل للنهايه. غير ذلك جميع الفرق اصلا كانت تجهز لسنه كامله، ممكن اكثر. نحن ما جهزنا غير لشهر واحد، وهذا يعتبر انجاز لنا نحن كبير.
سؤال، هو سؤال من شقين. الشق الاول، وين كان الحاجز الاصعب، او اي حاجز اللي استمتعتوا فيه كفريق؟
هو مستمتعين في كل الحواجز للأمانة، ولكن عندنا حاجزين صعب، اللي هو الحاجز الأخير والحاجز اللي قبل الأخير. نعم.
كل التوفيق لك وللمجموعة أيضا في هذا. تتوقع أنك راح إن شاء الله تتأهل؟
إن شاء الله بإذن الله، والسنة الجاية بعون الله بنحاول أن نجهز قبلها بعدة أشهر. ممكن أن يكون فريقنا يؤدي أفضل من هذا الأداء إن شاء الله.
كل التوفيق، شكرا.
Thank you very much. There have it. Back to the studio.
Well, what a start it has been to the Dubai Games 2026. It is electric here in the fan zone. So many people have come out not only to support their teams, but to have a look at the Dubai Games 2026. I kind of wish I was taking part. Look at all of our teams down there having an incredible time. They are loving the obstacles so far. It's wonderful to be able to hear from some of our teams. Well, that is the completion of the Battle of the Government Men's Heat 1. We still have Heat number 2 coming up today, and we still have 3 more days of competition. And if you have not been to the Dubai Games before, you need to come down and check it out. And you've been here before, you know what's in store for the next 3 days. Let's take a look back at Heat number 1. Well, it started off with our teams being briefed on what was to come. They had no idea, and then they had to find out. 10 minutes to lay down everything they've been working on: strength, communication, teamwork. Here we saw obstacle number 7. The teams had to navigate their way through the rope climb, get all team members across, and this section was tough. Then we got on to obstacle number 6 on the trampolines. This really caught a couple of teams a cropper. And then onto the arm strength of the monkey bars. And then into obstacle number 5, I believe, with the water rafts. We had a little bit of everything. It was challenging. 10 minutes on each obstacle and then 10-minute rest in between, all back to back. Saw the teamwork there, putting each other up on their shoulders to be able to complete House of Cards. This was obstacle number 5, pushing the sled up the hill. There we see DMCC and the celebration, all-important celebration as they make their way to complete the task. And what a great start we've had. Coming up soon, we have heat number 2 of Battle of the Governments Men's Heat. Well, in the beautiful backdrop of Dubai, the Burj Khalifa there in front of the sunset, there is no better setting for the Dubai Games 2026. And what a start it has been. Here is the leaderboard. Out in the lead with 89.06 points. General Directorate for Identity and Foreign Affairs Dubai.